Yeah. Hello, Railbird. Good to see you around. Thank you for stopping by. We're ready to begin now. Sorry for starting the stream and then taking like 12 minutes to start the game, but here we are. So I was thinking of starting a game in the 9 Settler 2 account that I started to start making like tutorial games, but I think I'll start with that tomorrow. Yeah, it's a bit too late for that. Yeah, man, Lord of Darkness messed me up. I tried. There was an attempt. I do it every tournament, but I guess the lesson is don't leave it for the last day of the tournament because sometimes you can have like accidents where you get the worst mutation in the game and then that kills you in SOT 5. I'm playing Trunk, always Trunk. Outside of tournaments, it's always Trunk for me. I guess you're playing with a bit of lag, or I guess you get to experience the trunk changes through me, Railbird. We can put it like that. So let's see. I think I can do. Yeah, let's run the command that tells me games since last win. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. 9 games since last win for 9 Sizzler. 9 Healer Hunters. Who wants honey as long as there's some money? Sure. Hello, Bostier. Good to see you around. Thank you for stopping by. What is that emote? Oh, it's a global emote. Like, that's a thing from, um, that's a thing from League of Legends. You know, funny thing, I reinstalled League of Legends to play with a friend, but I just re-uninstalled it today, and I think it's for good this time. It's better than the new PogChamp. Yeah, like Komodo hype was never good, but I have the limited edition Pride Pog, and whenever I want to do a PogChamp thing, I just use that emote. It's just very good. It's much better than Komodo hype. Yeah, like I don't know. Mm, I feel like when it comes to PogChamp, it would have been better to separate the man from the art, like it is an artistic representation of a funny face, the emote, but I don't know, whatever. Octopod, you always want me to play Octopod. You got pretty good human fire elementalist going on. Good run up right after the tournament. We are going to do we're going to do man, I don't want to start a Cobalt Hunter, definitely not. What can we start? You know what? I know what I want to start the 0.29 season with. I want to start it with an Ogre, because Ogres are good. Ogres are a good species. Let's play a good character. Ogre, Earth Elementalist, let's go. That's what we're doing today. Ogre, Earth Elementalist. And well, I've played a lot of these, so you probably know what's coming. It's a matter of getting to Sandblast, and then Sandblast literally wins you the game. Or you can find Ignite Poison on D1 and then pray for Poisonous Vapors or a Weapon of Venom. It's ridiculous. Oh, nice short sword. Give me that. Give me that. That's mine now. Ogre is always a good choice. Yeah, ogres are my comfort pick, definitely. Like the vast majority of like whenever I want to start a character and I want to have a good time and I want the game to not be easy, because if I wanted the game to be truly easy, I would play like a Minotaur or Heroic. But like I want to feel powerful, and most importantly, like I want to feel resistant to RNG, like perfect rolls, that kind of thing. I go for an ogre, and ogres generally fulfill the role very well. Mm. So I just picked up a short sword. That means that I can probably tab a bunch of these guys. Nice. That's a better weapon than a short sword, definitely. We're gonna be training that. Intelligence. Yep, only earth magic. A spear better than a short sword with 0 skill, because the spear lets you poke from afar. And the way to play an Earth Elementalist is to, like, as soon as you find a weapon, you should probably start being conservative with your with your stones. Oh, I think I know why you wanted me to play a hunter, Aster. I think I know now. Like I hadn't realized it, but there is there. Oh wow, she had a +9 claw. Give me that. Um, there's a new range rework in the game. Yep, I forgot about that. I want to try that. If I die with this character, which is unlikely, I'll give that a try. But for now, I guess we're playing an Ogre with a +9 cloth. Mm, yeah, very convenient cloth obtained from Jessica. She has a chance to provide people with such incredible cloths. Makes her kind of dangerous for melee characters, especially at this very early stage in the game. Mm. So I don't know if there's still pillar dancing in this version of the game. I've seen some talk about that, about pillar dancing probably being removed, but haven't seen anything concrete about that yet, or like anything solid. Mm, it's at the very least it's still in trunk, as far as I know. Mm, Buenas noches, señor Star Polemic. ¿Cómo está usted hoy en esta fina noche? Okay, Spanish aside. Spanish aside. I think this character is off on a pretty good start. We have. I should probably learn some stone arrow. And yeah, we're looking forward to finding poisonous vapors. Poisonous vapors is gonna be a game changer for this character. Hmm. I can barely see this phantom. I wonder if I should change something in my settings. Um, I thought that thanks to the gargantuan HP of the ogre, I would be able to beat the phantom, and it turned out very well. Yeah, mighty goblins, kind of scary. Also, someone drank a potion there. Okay, haste potion identified by Robin. How can pillar dancing be removed? It is. It fits like all the check marks for something that needs to be removed from the game. Like in reality, it absolutely needs to be removed from the game. It's just that designing the game without pillar dancing is pretty difficult. From what I've seen, the removal of pillar dancing would come alongside buffs for every background. Literally buffs for every background in the game. Like more options. For example, fighter would start with two potions of might and oh man, is that an altar to Behemoth? I kind of wanted to go that. Damn, I cannot kill that yet. Um, Fighter would start with two potions of might, and other backgrounds would get other things. And there's just a bunch of changes that obviously needs to come alongside removal of pillar dancing, because at least, especially for melee characters, you cannot just like play the game without pillar dancing. There's so many situations where you need to do it in the early game. Super early in the game, you run into that kind of situation very frequently. So yeah, I cannot imagine the game without pillar dancing for melee characters. And the things that I have seen that buff melee characters are probably like not enough. I would say that more buffs still need to be implemented. Um, Ever since the monster weapon attack delay changes, it's been kind of rough for melee characters anyway. Um, Oh man, this +9 club is kind of carrying me, not gonna lie. I feel like I'm dealing massive amounts of damage. Useless items found. Okay, fair enough. Nice little sewer, let's get out of here. Super downstairs. Well, there is a sergeant, and I got shafted 3 floors, and I have 3 teles. Let's make that 2. I get tele to literally the worst possible spot in the level. Literally the worst possible spot. It couldn't have been any worse than this. Unless there's like something nasty that I haven't seen. But that's probably legit. Like, I'm not exaggerating. That was probably the worst. It keeps getting worse. I cannot believe this. I went down into D7 there's a Bailey and there's a priest next to me at 34 XP. Like, I am going to die. Like, I don't think I'm gonna survive this. It's almost impossible. I guess I can try, but I don't think I'm gonna survive this. Okay, well, I survived. We even identify heal wounds pretty good. But yeah, for practical purposes, I got shafted 4 floors. Keep that in mind when I failed to survive this. Oh man, and there's a jelly eating my things. Yeah, this game is funny sometimes, right? Um, I think there's a very solid chance that shafts don't make it past this version. Maybe I should only play Shinsari characters as a way to protest. Do I have Stone Arrow yet? It's at 14%. Man, I definitely do not have that. It's too early in the game for me to be dealing with these kinds of monsters, pretty much. Does it have a shield? Yo, come on, there's no way. Like, I cannot kill this. I cannot kill that. You know how I would kill that normally with poison, but it has a shield, so I cannot even throw Cure because it will just block all my darts with the shield. Yeah, the net barely misses the sergeant. I guess my only option really is to throw Cure and hope that it eventually hits the sergeant. Okay, it did. Now it's probably dead because of the Cure poison. I'm gonna walk away from it. I seem to be carrying only Cure and jabs. I guess we're gonna have to throw a jab. And another one. It could be going worse. That's all that I can say. It could be going worse. I have heal wounds as well. I have a ton of heal wounds. So I think we're in a pretty decent position to not die horribly. Okay. Oh, the null is flanking me. Yeah, the null that was here is now here. It's gonna surround me. That sucks. You think pillar dancing is an integral playstyle for players to learn to be consistently successful at the game? Everyone who watched have pillar dance at one point. See, that's the thing. I think the game would be better if there was no need to pillar dance. But I also think that the game would be super difficult if pillar dance was just removed cold turkey with no other changes. The game would be almost impossible if that was to happen. Okay, we survived the null somehow, but I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get to the Bailey. Yeah, it's quite probably not gonna happen. Gonna drop the spear, the falchion probably. I picked it up, but I don't think I'm gonna use it, and the stones. Okay. I don't have magic mapping, so I guess we're gonna just have to deal with it. I will go back up earlier, but like with this amount of or with this amount of maximum HP, with this experience level 6 on D7, like what kind of Delbert is this? There's a pretty fantastic chance that I just die to the Bailey if I was to go in. On the other hand, I can always go in and check for free. Oh man, there's an altar of 2 Nemelex. I wonder if oh man, there's a Null Shaman. Null Shamans are extremely dangerous. I ran out of stones. They're pretty dangerous because they can haze the other Nulls, and that's obviously a terrible and terrifying thing. Okay, spear. At least it's no polearm, or it's no halberd. But yeah, this is not looking very good. Okay, we're gonna drink a heal wounds. Gonna walk away. I wonder if I should start trying to go up and just pretend that the game didn't generate a Bailey. That's probably the correct thing to do if I want to win this game. On the other hand, it is a Bailey. If I had more stones, it would be nice. I think I would be able to kill this null with relative ease. Okay, gonna drink a heal wounds. Very distant. Is this gonna be... It is magic mapping, incredible. It's super far away. I was close to it when I first entered the level, but like, I don't think there's a way for me to reach it. Let's just put it like that. I don't think there's a way for me to reach it. So instead of that, I'm gonna rest to full HP, full mana. I don't care, I don't care. And let's get out. It's such a tragedy. Such a tragedy. I think that was the earliest possible depth at which it could generate too. So I think I just got really unlucky. But not as unlucky as with that. Okay, yeah, sure. Going upstairs into an Ogre that then proceeds to hit me for more than half of my HP, and so it begins the pillar dancing. And as you can see, it is still in the game. It lost a turn, so now I'm gonna throw Cure Air again. And now you're dead. Okay, Ogre versus Ogre. Yeah, if only that guy hadn't gotten a first strike, I would have been able to kill it much more easily. I maybe should pick up those boomerangs. Okay, 3 stone arrows was enough to deal with a normal Ogre that is not next to me, so good stuff. I still want to go upstairs because after all I got shafted 3 floors. It's such a nice thing that I have this +9 cloth. It's legit carrying me. It's not a good weapon, right? But it's literally a +9 stick, and it's been doing very well, as you see. Maybe the correct thing to do, but it's not the gutsy thing to do to go into the Bailey. Oh, do not go into the Bailey. Yeah, like, I want to win. I don't really care about going into the Bailey and getting killed by a knight that I cannot hurt. I don't think I did it this tournament. I don't think this tournament I got the chance to die to a knight that I couldn't hurt. I did go into some Baileys in the tournament, and it was not very good. Just as this position. Yep. At least you have a club and not like a halberd. I'm gonna re-teleport. Okay, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have re-teleport, but I'd rather play it safe than die to those gnolls. That was my last teleport too, but it's okay. You know what? I got shafted 3 floors and I got to do the sewer, so I cannot complain too much. I see that people are still posting about taco. I don't know what taco is. I don't mean taco as the thing you eat, but as the thing in D&D. Okay, we can do that. Ooh. Oh, it has Cirque. I think Cirque is not so terrible, you know? If I have to tap, it's because I either don't want to use my mana or I don't have mana. So I think Cirque might be a good thing for me to have this early in the game. It also has 3 intelligence. Yeah, sure. Taco is an old D&D thing. Yeah, I only mentioned Taco because in the roguelikes Discord earlier today, like in the morning, people were talking about that. I think Shaper mentioned that someone said in her play group that the removal of Taco game made the game harder or something along those lines. Yeah, it was to hit armor class 0, which was basically a crappy math formula to determine what you needed to roll to hit a monster. I have played Baldur's Gate, and in Baldur's Gate there's Taco. The thing that has stopped me from playing more Baldur's Gate, apart from like the very first room, well, not the very first room, but like the very first moments of the game after you leave your initial town and your like master or your teacher gets killed or something along those lines happens, is the fact that the game it cannot be made full screen and it's like super small and my monitors, and I have my monitors like literally 2 meters away from me, literally 2 meters. That's how I play the video games. So yeah, I cannot play like that pretty much. Did I complete D3? No, I got shafted from D3 and I went all the way down to D7 and I survived. Robin should not be so difficult after we went through that training montage. Really should be okay to deal with Robin. We also got like an incredible thing to have for this early stage in the game. Oh, it's only a 20% to Cirque, and it still happens so consistently. Oh, Dagger Venom. Okay, it may not be as fantastic as what I already have, but I might want to use it at some point. Why 2 meters? because of the way that my monitors are set up and like just my streaming setup in general. I'm looking forward to upgrading it, and I'm working on that in IRL, but I still cannot do it. It's like in the future. In the future, it will happen, and I will be able to have my monitors closer to me. But for now, well, 2 meters away from me. That's what we have. Mm, I think there may be something in my RC file that I want to fix. Because like the colors for like the iguanas and stuff, I barely can see them in this monitor, so probably have to do something about it. We killed Sigmund because, well, we got shafted to D7 and we survived, so Sigmund is not gonna be too difficult. Talking about that, we can go kill Crazy Youth too. Crazy Youth had a Cloak of Willpower, so that's an incredible in the grim dark future. Hopefully it won't be grim and dark, but in the future, indeed. Okay, I think using one of my 5 potions of haste is absolutely worth it, like 100% worth it, just to make sure that I'm not gonna get absolutely dumpstered by Crazy Youth. And this Cloak of Willpower is already endgame levels of good. I could enchant it. The moment that I find enchant armor, I'm gonna put the 2 of them on this Cloak of Willpower, because it's almost impossible for me to want to upgrade from it. It can happen, but it's probably not gonna happen. Planescape Torment. What is that? Yermak streaked 13 games in the tournament. Yeah, it's Yermak. Yermak is Yermak. Um, Yermak, I think, plays the game literally without making any mistakes. I may be pretty good, but I still make mistakes myself. So yeah, I guess it doesn't get any better than what Yermak does, which is, I think, literally playing the game without making any mistakes. Oh, please hit the water moccasin. Please hit the water moccasin. I don't want to berserk, and so I don't want to melee it. And yeah, like Piquel is also almost invisible, so I need to fix something in my RC file. I don't know what I have to add to my RC file for this. Oh man, I don't remember. I don't remember what I have to add. Give me a second. Let's fix that right now. My first game in 0.29. There's like a color change that I have to make. Hmm. 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 I have done it before, but I don't remember how. Oh man, I guess I can do something instead of like adding that line to my RC file that I don't know what I have to. I don't know what I have to add, so I'll add it later. What I can do is move it to the other monitor because the other monitor actually lets me see it slightly better. So of course I know that there's no tiles. Let me refresh this. Of course. Let's give it another try. There we go. Okay, so I guess I can try this. And if the next time that I see, oh yeah, there it is. It is still almost invisible. Like it's so hard to see Piquel. I really need to get that fixed. But anyway, Piquel has one device blast. Really annoying. Lots of damage. Okay, doesn't go for Ice Blast. What do you have apart from that? I'm gonna play it safe, go upstairs, rest to full HP, come back down, go upstairs, Cirque Piquel. And yeah, like I tell you, this weapon that I got is really good for this point in the game. So being an ogre, I can train to 15 fighting, because that's kind of an ogre thing. Plus 3 fighting, plus the best HP in the game makes it so that I actually want to do that. And so I have now 84 HP. It's a shame that I was unable to go into that Bailey because I feel like I would have been able to do it really well. I have a lot of HP now, and I have a lot of damage output too. I think I could maybe even kill a Nork Knight if I really needed to, because I have I have a ton of mana first because I trained a ton of spellcasting. I have 21 mana. I have Stone Arrow at a castable fail rate. I have a really decent weapon. Yeah. See these monsters, these two? Look at them in the console window. Can you see them? Because I really can't see them. I really can't see them. They are almost invisible to me. And I have fixed that already. But I don't know. I think it's definitely like a discrepancy between my 0.828 RC file and the 0.29 RC file. Hmm. I have to fix it. I have to fix it. I cannot play it like that. Very easy to see in tiles. It's a shame that the color palette is so limited. Um, I know that I have fixed it in the past. Okay, here it is. It's in my 0.28 RC file, but it's not in the 0.29 RC file or in trunk for some reason. But I already got the line of text, so we can just add this. Save changes and restart, and now they're significantly more visible. Let's go. Yeah, now we should be able to play the video game. Sorry for the inconvenience, but we can get playing now. Let's go. Yeah, I really like a console a lot better than tiles. You may be thinking that I am memeing, but no, it's for real. I think that console legit has a lot of superiority over tiles because it has more clarity of the information delivered to you is much more clear. Um, and like I've played tiles, so I can tell you firsthand. Tiles gives you a teeny tiny icon on monsters that are affected by status effects, and it's pretty much worthless with how like almost invisible it is. By the way, there's temple over there. I need to go in before I kill any more things. It turns out that we got shafted 3 floors into temple. So if the floor hadn't been so complicated, I would have been able to go into the temple. Oh man. Hey. Oh yeah. Now there's no more. Now there's no more projectiles. So I want to see. I want to pick up the bow of this guy. Okay. Base damage 10. Base attack delay 1.5. So you may think that this short bow is buffed, but it's super nerfed. It used to have less base damage, but it also used to give you arrows. Um, and now there's no more arrows, I think. Was I not carrying arrows? Oh, I dropped my stones. I thought that I was carrying arrows, but I was carrying stones. Okay, that's my bad. I could have died. I need to go to the temple. Go temple. And here was the Bailey. It's a shame, but it is fine. It's fine. Nice. Staff of Cold. I don't think I care too much about it. I'll leave it on the floor. And I'm also gonna drop the bow. In terms of text in the game, does console show more? It depends on what you mean by text in the game. Because console, like I have a setting in my console that clears the thingy down here every turn, pretty much. So like if I was to do something, even that doesn't even pass a turn, still clears the console. What god do we want to go with? Ignis. You think Tiles shows more information at a glance? You can see right away the type of weapon the monster has. You're right. Like the only times that matters, to be completely honest, are if a monster has a polearm or an axe. And the game does give you an indicator for monsters with polearms, which are the most dangerous ones. Also, when I played tiles, I was like not really able to take advantage of that because yet again the tile indicator for when a monster is wielding a polearm is so tiny. And in console, you get like a whole line of text that says polearm next to the monster that's wielding the polearm. So the next time that I see like a null or something, I'm gonna show you just to see, just so you can see what it looks like to me. I kind of want to go Che. I kind of want to go Che because I haven't gone Che in a while. But it feels like I'm gonna get killed if I go Che. Like, see, here's the thing about Che. It's really it's gonna make your character powerful, but you're probably gonna die in the process. Yeah, you're probably not gonna get to the point where Che makes your character really powerful. What goth? What goth? I guess I can kill the Behemoth statue now because I have Stone Arrow. Mm. Sure, let's do Behemoth. It's among my favorite gods, Behemoth. I did play a Behemoth character in the tournament, of course. Huh. How do you not know how to get here? You should know. Okay, there we go. I just have to Stone Arrow this, easy peasy. I have 100 HP on D9, by the way. 100 HP. Oh, Book of Spatial Translocations. I think that book has Lesser Beckoning. Oh man, if I had known about this book, I would have gone Che. Like, not even joking. Lesser Beckoning, I think, is a very important spell for a Che worshipper because it makes it so that you can melee monsters by pulling them towards you instead of having the monsters chill in the edge of the screen, shooting you with their weapons and stuff. That's one nice thing about crawl tiles. If you see if they're carrying polearm. hmm I mean, you can see them unless you don't see them. And to me, it is the case. Like, I legit have no use for that because it's so obscure. Like, it's barely visible. So yeah, I just prefer playing tiles. I tried console. I'm not convinced. Not convinced. It was a struggle to play console. By the way, in case you have never seen that, I put it on YouTube like 3 months ago when it happened. The Tilesathon. It took me like 9 hours to win a character because everything looked so weird. But I did win the character in my first attempt. I probably shouldn't be fighting Harold, despite the fact that I have 115 HP. I am very powerful. Like, I think that any Ogre spellcaster is gonna be like among the strongest characters in the game ever. Oh man, what do you have? What do you have? Acid scales. Okay. Oh man, there's Harold awake as well. I'm gonna re-teleport. I have 7 of them. And I'm gonna proceed to immediately leave the level. I would like to get Maggie's armor, definitely, but I cannot kill Maggie and Harold at the same time. Like, it's not real. It's not possible. Yeah. Oh, Maggie has a polearm. Okay, when I come back to see Maggie, please remind me. When I go back to seeing Maggie, please remind me to show that. Or I guess I'll do it the next time I see a monster. Like, this time for real. I'll try to remember it and then forget about it in like 2 seconds. Oh, there it is. There it is. One of those whites has a polearm. You see this? You see this line of text right here? 2 whites, 1 polearm. So I know that one of those whites has a polearm. And I know that in tiles literally it shows you which one of these 2 is wielding the polearm, but it's not clear enough to me when I was playing tiles. So for practical purposes, it would be like if I was playing console and every one of these guys looks the same, except for the fact that I don't get this part, this line of text right here, the 1 polearm thingy. That's what it felt like to me when I played tiles. So I don't know. I don't know. It didn't look like something that I wanted to continue doing. But anyway, those guys die easily, and as is often the case, I seem to be berserking with the final hit of my weapon on the monsters. This short sword has been surprisingly useful. It deals tons of damage. It swings very fast, and the Sir gives me more effective HP. Right now, how much HP do we have? How much HP do we have with this guy? 119 Gs. That's ridiculous, dude. I love ogres. Ogres are so good. Do you see what I survived? I think I only survived it because I had the HP to survive it by the time it actually happened. Like I had around 60 HP when I got shafted to D6, and I went down to D7, and I was able to kill some gnolls because I had like the wiggle room thanks to my HP to be able to take a hit and then react and drink heal wounds, and I didn't just immediately die. And I think that's like a huge thing. And the reason why ogres are just the best species probably. I got freeze, which is a nice thing to have. I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna also learn blink because I have it. And maybe in the field, well, I guess it depends on what Behumet provides me with. Um, I hope that I get poisonous vapors and toxic radiance from Behumet. Um, I think after 15 fighting, I'm gonna train a bit of ice magic so I can actually cast freeze. Oh man, there's two demonologists. Okay, fortunately it didn't it didn't summon any sun demons. Sun demons are by far the most dangerous thing that those guys can summon. They're the strongest mid-tier demon. There are three. Um, Number three, not a three as a potion of three, you know. Number three. Um, hmm, okay. This is going very well, you know? That's incredible. That went super well. I'm surprised. Were there any changes to blades? Because I also heard something about changes to blades. No, it's exactly the same. Okay, pretty sure it's not gonna make it past this version. Still staying like that. Pretty sure. I would be very unpleasantly surprised if it made it to the next version, still being the way that it is right now. That is something you could learn very quickly, just by wielding and unwielding different types of weapons and dials. Oh, but that my issue is that it's so small. Like it's actually not visible to me because it's so small. Keep in mind that I have my monitor. The monitor that I'm currently playing Crawl on is over 2 meters away from me. So like that's like it's not gonna happen. Did I get shafted or something? Why am I on D11? Oh, because I went downstairs. I thought that I was going upstairs. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay, I'll take the blame on that. This is not looking very good, you know. Let's read teleport. I took 40 no, I didn't take 40. I took 30 damage here. Most other characters, especially spellcasters, would be like, "Oh, I took 30 damage. I'm gonna die." With an ogre, it's not even like what 20% of my HP. Well, 25% I meant. It's a bit more than that, but you know, it's like a small amount of damage. Compared to other species. So I just like ogres a lot. They are really good. What do you have today? Chainmail. I have freeze. Freeze beats chainmail. Um, Apparently it doesn't quite do it very well. However, I probably don't deal a lot of damage to it with it. 1 dice of 8. Maybe I just got unlucky with the rolls. Or maybe freeze now checks armor. No, it still doesn't check armor, fortunately. Freeze is, in my opinion, the best level 1 spell in the game because it ignores evasion. That's a big thing in the early game. It also ignores armor, which is also a big thing in the early game, but not like on D1 important. You can kill orc warriors with like 10 mana and freeze as long as they don't kill you in the process, which this character is pretty good at doing. You know, I have the HP to not die to an orc warrior. It could hit me for 20 damage 3 turns in a row, and I would still be alive. Okay, I don't like those vampire mosquitoes. I'm just gonna read teleport again. Now I would like to go upstairs. Oh, I stumbled upon a demonologist. Does it blink? Fortunately, it doesn't. Okay, there we go, easy peasy. Now please don't come towards me while I'm slow. The meters away from your monitor seem so far away. It's I'm so far away from my monitor because of my streaming setup, but I'm working on improving it. As I mentioned just a little bit ago, when it is improved, I will be closer to my monitor. I still not try tiles when that happens. Like I'm looking forward to that. Mm, okay, you kill the Orc Warrior. Now I have to deal with 3 vampire mosquitoes. Better make it to a choke point before they start surrounding me. I think I can tap them. It's probably safer for me to run out of mana and then tap them. No, actually what I should do is just tap them. Unusually, the Berserk didn't trigger. It's funny because it had already triggered so frequently, but now against the vampire mosquitoes it just didn't happen. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise, however, because there's an Hydra coming after me. Where's the upstairs? Oh man, the 2 upstairs are like in the opposite side of the level that I ran away from because of the Hydra. I think I could kill the Hydra, but I need to be at full HP, full mana, just to play it safe. You got killed by a Boulder Beetle. Seems ones without evocations are not as expected as you hope. Boulder Beetles also have like a decent amount of willpower. Boulder Beetle. Oh, they don't really have that much. I thought that they had 2 pips of willpower. But Hydras do have 2 pips of willpower. Yeah, in case you don't have any evocations training, you can always go for reading a scroll of vulnerability and using it against an Hydra like that, or not an Hydra, a Boulder Beetle or other low willpower monsters. But it's probably just best to train a bit of evocations. In fact, maybe I should consider doing that myself. I'll train this to like 5. Nah, 4. 4 gotta be good. I am going to be training a lot of spellcasting in the future. The Hydra is very damaging, but I have Stone Arrow. The Hydra doesn't have armor class or evasion. It's not that difficult for me to kill it, thanks to the wonders of Stone Arrow. Stone Arrow is just a really, really good spell. That was one of the worst points, or one of the worst times to Berserk. At least all of those guys are behind deep water. That's the lair entrance party, and that we can proceed to abuse doing the good old railbird strategy of drinking a potion of flight, or not drinking a potion of flight, but putting on a flight item and just destroying them like that. We got Troll Letter, big find. We can replace this, and we can drop that, and we can enjoy the regen from the Troll Letter. Good stuff indeed. So I am flying, right? And flying. Oh, wait. That doesn't work against the Hydra. Yeah, the Hydra swims, and if in fact it moves faster if it's moving through water. I can deal with the Hydra, but like I need to do it in a careful, controlled way. Deep Elves are so frail. Having a hard time getting a win on this version. Yeah, Deep Elves are not very good. I would recommend you to try maybe Earth Elementalist with a Deep Elf. Maybe Conjurer. Conjurer is pretty good because it gives you the ability to just push things away from the very start. The book is good enough to win the game with. I know because I've played I played Jin Conjurer once that didn't get anything good for the entirety of the game. So I had like 4,000 casts of Mystic Blast by the time it ended. I was actually using Mystic Blast to kill Orbs of Fire. That's how good Mystic Blast can get to be. You got Skeletal Warriors on D8. It's kind of hard to survive that with almost anything. Like if you get Skeletal Warriors on D8, you leave the level because you cannot kill them. There's nothing in the game that can kill D8 Skeletal Warriors. Like not even the strongest melee characters and the spellcasters that could kill Skeletal Warriors once upon a time. Well, nothing gets LRD or Dispel Undead anymore. So Skeletal Warriors are unbeatable on D8. You leave. You leave. Huh. Your Minotaur warrior isn't ready. Yeah, like not the strongest characters or not the strongest melee characters, not the strongest spellcasters can deal with skeletal warriors on the 8. They're too powerful. They have too much defense and too much HP, and they also hit way too hard. So yeah, my recommendation is to just bail on them. Oh, kamikaze summons. I guess. But then you need a lot of mana to be able to do that, don't you? Okay, that Swamp Drake got slightly annoying. I forgot that I had poison resistance. We got Foxfire from Behumet. I don't think I need Foxfire. I think Freeze fulfills my needs very well. Yep. So I won't be getting Foxfire. Behumet is pretty good because you get like variety of spells super early in the game. Um, you don't just have to go with everything that you get. Um, you can summon small Momol and fill them with Inner Flame, but that's like things that you don't normally get, right? Or like if you get Inner Flame from your start, you're not guaranteed to find summon small Momol. And if you have summon small Momol, you're not guaranteed to find Inner Flame. So that's what I was thinking of when I said D8 Skeletal Warriors. Like, by that point, it's super early in the game, so you probably don't have anything fancier than your starting gear. It's much less so trained already, and you're seeing like super dangerous enemies. I would like to see a character that can play through the game normally and just consistently kill Skeletal Warriors. Like, I want to see something that can do that. Maybe a Cinder Acolyte could with some piety, um, but the vast majority of characters couldn't. I wouldn't try on the vast majority of characters, is what I'm saying. Just better to play it safe. Sonya, that's kind of dangerous, you know? And also that reminds me to train a bit of evocations. Ogres have -2 evocations. Let's train that to 8. Um, I don't have Mind Burst or any Hex ones. Sonya could be dangerous. She has Distortion. If she hits me, I'm probably dead. Now I have a couple of options here. I can try to fight. I can try to kill her with Blink. I can try to teleport. I can try to Ice Blast her. Um, Inner Flame is part of the starting book, and if you get any type of summons, yeah, but you need to find the book. That's the thing. You need to find the book. If you don't find the book, you don't have what it takes to kill Skeletal Warriors. As I tell you, like almost no character can kill Skeletal Warriors on the 8. You got a +1 flail protection and +2 chainmail of willpower. Nothing much besides that. Yeah, like we're talking about spellcasters, but melee characters have it worse because it's gonna be like the skeletal warriors hit you, you take 25 damage, like every turn, and at that point in the game, you cannot deal with that. In fact, at no point in the game you can deal with taking 25 every turn for an extended period of time. Not even the tankiest characters can deal with that for very long. It may be that you guys are just getting really, really unlucky. Now, if it happens to you multiple times in the same day, then we are in trouble. Okay, Sonya is almost dead. Goodbye, Sonya. Hello, Acid Dragon. Goodbye, Acid Dragon. Let me pick this up. Centaur. I could maybe get Lesser Beckoning. I could maybe do it because I already have the skill to cast it. Oh man, that two-head ogre. Okay, I have some room on it. I can throw Kirare at it. Yeah, throw Kirare, run away, stone arrow, goodbye. Easy peasy. You have been known to be unlucky. Yeah, same here. Oh, you know what was unlucky? That ending of the tournament, you know? It was so bad. It was so bad. I'll never forget it. How in my final game of the tournament, finally I got like a successful Lord of Darkness 3 run where I got my 3 runes and I went into Sot and I got killed by the worst mutation in the game. I don't think that mutation is making it is staying in the game for much longer. It's way too powerful. Like that I thought that the point of bad mutations was not to directly kill the player, and that one literally does that. Like in that situation I could have saved myself if I didn't have that mutation, you know. But it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Um, Heartbreaking. Yeah, it was a shame. Was a shame. I consider it to be a success because I did get my 3 runes and I got to SOT 5. And like I used to squeeze as much value of the game as possible. Like I could have grinded Pandemonium for experience level 27. It's just that I don't like to do that. Um, but I don't know. Easy win. See, it's funny because in the Abyss I got that mutation, and I was like, oh, it's probably not gonna matter because I have potions of mutation. And then I drank a bunch of potions of mutation, and I still had that mutation after everything happened. And then I got started to get nervous. And then when I got marked in SOT 5, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna die. And like I saw the situation was so bad that I read teleport at full HP, but still was not enough. The teleport takes too much time to trigger in SOT. Like you shouldn't even think about using teleport in SOT because it's probably not gonna save you. Like if teleport would have the time to trigger, you're probably not in that bad of a position. Um, Maybe what I should have done instead was to blink away instead of reading teleport immediately. Yeah, I think holding my ground there was a terrible idea. But it's fine. Let us go do D8 because I think D8 had Maggie and Harold, and I completely skipped this level. Yeah, we can do this easily now. With 132 HP at experience level 11, these guys are definitely like zero threat. I can get hit for 11, 12, that kind of thing. It doesn't matter. Like I lost 50 HP during that fight. 50 HP on a spellcaster, and it was like nothing. So that's Maggie down, and now let's kill Harold. I am held in a net. Yes, I am. Ah, you're janked forward by the harpoon shot, and that's how you get the net without breaking it. Just be a spellcaster and cast a stone arrow. Spriggan, okay. Huh, Spriggan. Oh, it was a shapeshifter. Well, that's super nasty. Why is there a shapeshifter on my D8? I'm glad that I skipped it, because that shapeshifter could have turned into something legit nasty. Ooh, nice. Fancy Executioner Sacks of Venom. I mean, I wouldn't use it because if I was gonna use a two-handed weapon, I would probably use a giant spike glove because I am an ogre. In fact, I guess I could do that. Do I have manifold? Ooh, I could do it. Behemoth doesn't enhance that, however, and that's kind of lame. Like if I was with maybe Sifmuna, maybe, I mean probably not Sifmuna in reality. Maybe Okawaru or Gozak. Those are more realistic choices for going for Giant Spike Glove Manifold Assault. Gozak for a mana refill and like haste and might, potions, and Okawaru for the hero and the finesse as well. Finesse Manifold Assault with anything, I guess. Finesse Manifold Assault sounds pretty good. Was there any other floor that I skipped? Oh, I guess I skipped D10. There was a demonologist here. I remembered it. I remember it. Wait around the corner. Cast freeze. Please die. Okay. There we go. There's a whip of venom, but I don't think I care too much. My current weapon is pretty fantastic. Oh, look at that! D10 Guardian Mummy. It hits for 30, and it is slow. I didn't know that they were slow, the Guardian Mummies. I thought that they were speed 10. But yeah, they are the weakest kind of mummy that gives you a curse. So it wants... Ah, it doesn't say. I guess I have to do this. Oh... I kind of want to do it. It's early enough in the game that this is not so incredibly punishing. It's early enough. I am going to do it. I am going to do it. It's hard to pass up such an early game treasure trove. It's probably gonna be incredible. Let's do it. You feel utterly alone. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We found a Hat of See Invisible. That's pretty good. Okay, that's also pretty good, That's fantastic. Oh man, okay, 100% worth it. Yo, this is sick. Definitely worth it. I would do it anytime. I would do it again. I would do it again. That was fantastic. That was incredible, dude. We got so many things out of doing that. It was a deal, like a game changer for my character to have that treasure trove. Um, Not gonna put that on immediately. In fact, I guess instead of carrying the ropes, I could carry the dragon skills. But the ropes would not, or like kinda, prevent me from casting spells, right? Like the dragon skills. Um, mm, 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 mm. Bunch of things that we got from that. Mhm. Most of those things are like legit usable. I picked up everything that had like a slight chance of using. Um, let's go back to this. And obviously, like the Hat of the Alchemist is gonna be a huge thing for me to have if I want to use it later in the game. Maybe I go for Statue Form plus Hat of the Alchemist that gives me incredible resistances. Um, who knows what I do? But like that was fantastic. That was incredible. That was the kind of trove that you don't normally get. It was sick. And I am killing things with Behemoth, so I should regain my piety very soon. The tower shield gives me intelligence, but I'm pretty sure it would make my spells uncastable. So I'm not gonna use it for now. Mm, that was amazing. That was something else. That was something else. Also, the fact that we like that cloak alone is exquisite. That's definitely end game gear right there. Even if I had not obtained the hat of the alchemist, that cloak would have been like worth it. The trove was basically free. Keep it in mind. The trove was basically free. Let's go to Lure. Okay. Yeah, the cloak is sick. Fantastic cloak. Okay. Um, Another identify. Let's see what we get here. Ambrosia. Hey, poisonous vapors. So now I can go for poisonous vapors, ignite poison. I can definitely do that right now, and it's a very powerful combination. I think I'll do it just because I like that. In reality, like I can probably kill the vast majority of the game with what I already have, leaving aside the ignite poison and the poisonous vapors. Like I think I could kill things with stun arrow and blink, or the weapon. But ignite poison, poisonous vapors is very strong, and you can do it from the edge of the screen. You can do it against heavily armored monsters like orc knights and that kind of thing. You can snipe sorcerers from behind their orcs, like they are in front of them. Normally, that would be a huge hindrance to the character that I currently have, but like that combination makes it safe for me to deal with them. Like they summon sun demons, no issue. And like since they have meat shields in front of them, I wouldn't be paralyzed myself. So it is a fantastic addition to my character. I'm gonna be getting this. Gonna be getting like 5 poison magic, 5 fire magic, 5 transmutations, and 5 air magic. Yep, I'm gonna be training all of that at the same time. Well, okay, first let's get poisonous vapors. That's poison in there. And after that we can get other things. What do you think Conjurers should make castable first? Mystic Blast or Prism? It's complicated to answer, you know? You can get either of them. It depends on what kind of Conjurer you are. If you're like a deep elf, probably get Mystic Blast first, because you are probably gonna die if you get into a situation where a monster is like actually attacking you. But if you're something more resilient like an Ogre, for example, maybe you can get away with getting Prism first, and you can tank while the monsters are eating the Prism. That's what I would do. Ogreps, yeah. Yeah, Toxic Radiance would be nice. I don't like these Cane Toads one bit. I already lost 50 HP. Oh, it's almost dead. Okay, let's just kill it. But there's too many of them. I'm gonna call it a dangerous situation and just re-teleport. Okay. Okay. How much damage did I take from 20? Yeah, that was some serious damage from the Cane Toad. Very few characters can deal with 3 Cane Toads. Like, that was a Cane Toad gauntlet. And then we get thrown into Fanar. I don't have cold resistance. Can I die to refrigeration? I can't, but it can deal 40. Yeah, nasty, nasty thing to be in the receiving end of. Good old Scrolls of Teleportitis. Hey, good old Scrolls of Teleportitis. They never fail to disappoint. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. It only took me 3 scrolls. Did it take me 3 scrolls to survive that? That's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? But I guess it's fine because I had so many of them. Um, so yeah, I didn't expect to like want to come back and play some crawl directly after the tournament because every time after the tournament I'm very sick of crawl. Like it's not like I will never play crawl again. It's not that kind of thing, but it is like I feel like I have to take a break for like a couple of weeks or something. I feel like that every time when I play the tournament. But this time, well, it's very obvious that it's not the case. I'm here playing the video game and I'm having a blast with it. It's actually been okay. Um, okay, do I have one of those already? I do. I do. I'm probably gonna drop this. Probably never gonna use that. Unfortunately, it's not a very good item, the Orb of Energy. It's very nonsensical, you know. It is an orb, and orbs are kind of supposed to be good with 0 skill, or like decent, you know, worth considering with 0 skill. But to me, the Orb of Energy, like, it seems to me that you need a lot of evocations skill in order to be able to use it. If I was to put it on, in fact, let's make a little experiment. Let's put it on and let's see how frequently I lose all my mana, because it can make you lose all your mana. Um, it can cause confusion or drain the wielder's intelligence. Okay, never mind. It doesn't cause you to lose your mana, but it does cause confusion or drains your intelligence. Becomes more likely to activate and less likely to backfire with evocations skill. Let's use that. I'm gonna go for it, with it for a while. I only have 8. Well, not even 8. I have 6.3 evocations, so I'm not expecting it to be good. Definitely not expecting it to be good, but I guess I am a spellcaster after all, so might as well put it to use. Give it a try. I am very pleasantly surprised that that bolt didn't have like a Kulisivora or something truly nasty waiting for me in the entrance. Okay, that's gonna be a good. That there was a wyvern. Yeah, that wyvern is gonna be a good thing to use poisonous vapors on. Poisonous vapors, poisonous vapors. One more time, ignite poison. You can now gain magical power from killing. Magical energy flows into your mind. So the spell was free because of the orb of what is it called? Orb of channeling? Orb of energy. Yeah. Orb of Energy can screw over spellcasters so easily. It is like a completely nonsensical item. The fact that the fact that I have a spellcaster, I found the orb early, and I still don't want to use it. It seems to me like it's not very well designed. It's probably gonna get changed in some way in the future. Okay, I have regen, so I can just kite around the Hydra a bit. I can also freeze the Hydra, hope for a slow. Aha! Oh man, like I got the slow and I moved away twice and it still didn't lose a turn. It lost a turn now. I think I'm gonna re-teleport because the Hydra fight is very sketchy to begin with, and now it got a bit of support. And as always, every time that I don't need it to trigger, it triggers the Cirque. It is kind of annoying to have the Cirque, but I still think of it as a very nice thing to have with this character, because it gives me a ton of HP and it gives me the ability to kill whatever I want to fight if I don't want to use mana against it. Wait, I have this. Hold on, let's do that. Not good early game, you think, at least? See, it's like the opposite of what it should be, in my opinion. It should be good in the early game and then not so good later on. At which point you would probably switch to a shield. But instead of that, it's not good early on and it's not good later on because it still makes you lose intelligence. So it's just maybe not very good. At least it hasn't made me lose intelligence or confuse me. It hasn't done any of those things, so I guess it's okay. Lots of circling for a mage, right? Okay, now I got confused. There we go. Weird images run through your mind. You're confused. That's exactly what I needed. Okay, it was only one turn. It was only one turn confusion. We can take that. I'm freezing the Black Mamba because it slows the Black Mamba. I feel like that went well. I wonder if the confusion lasts longer the more mana it restores. It maybe is like that. Oh, okay. Confused. You're too confused to move. I feel like I'm kind of getting away with doing this just because I am an ogre, and like an actual fragile spellcaster would explode the moment that it gets hit by that even once. So yeah, I guess ogre perks. Yet another reason to start an ogre. I say this a lot, but if you have never played an ogre, this might be your time to do so because it's a really good species. Really, really good species. I think I maybe want to train these to 7 instead of 5. And it's funny, I could have cast Foxfire if I had picked it up. I think I may still be able to do so. Yeah, I still can get Foxfire. Do I want it, however? Probably not. Probably not. There is a drain. There is a drain. Hey, Gauntlet, let's go. I am very happy to find the Gauntlet. Now, unfortunately, I don't have magic mapping. I know that I don't have it because I already have identified the item. So I am not going to read any of those scrolls. I'm gonna take this fight, immediately go Berserk. I guess it's nice, but I am taking a lot of damage. I'm just gonna play it safe and go upstairs. And wow, like I am actually losing the fight really hard. That's crazy. Okay, fair enough. You know what? There's a Blink Frog band down there. Better not go in. It seems that I am very close to the Gauntlet because it said nearby. I keep getting confused. I really don't like that item. Really, really don't like it. I'm probably gonna lose it at some point very soon. I already have a Kite Shield. It's just that I haven't put it on because it's probably gonna mess up my spellcasting. It said distant when I went over there, so it's probably over here. Oh, come on, Gauntlet. No need to get into fights. Very distant, okay. In that case, I don't know, because I actually have no idea what's going on. Apparently, I was walking in the opposite direction. And I stumbled into Blink Frogs. It's probably the same Blink Frogs, because Blink Frog bands are kind of rare, because of how dangerous they are. Okay, maybe I should try to poison them. And then Ignite Poison. Okay. Shouts to Ignite Poison. It's such a good spell. Drum very nearby, so okay, there it is. I was walking in the correct direction all along. Time portals need to go? What makes you think that? Do you think they should be permanent or something? I feel like they are a way to trade the Scroll of Magic mapping for loot. Like, it's like a trove if you think about it. Similar to a trove. I like them. I like them. Yeah, I guess that's all that I can say. I like them. I don't think they need to go away. It's gonna be very difficult for that Randart clock to be better than what I currently have. It's gonna be very difficult, almost impossible, I would say. So I'm not feeling too incentivized to check it. And if I had to choose between that and Randart Amulet, I'm gonna pick the Randart Amulet just because I already have an incredible Randart robe. Morningstar, Randart Morningstar could be interesting, but I'm not gonna go there. Rune Scarf could be resistance. Not that it matters because I have the hat of the alchemist already. And Bloodstained Helmet. I guess if I go here, I get to identify that, which is nice. They're a scroll check, nothing more. Oh, so you mean like make them permanent? Like just if they happen to generate, you just get it? I think they check a bunch of things. It's not only a scroll check because you can find them even if you don't have a scroll of magic mapping. I just did that. It is mostly luck to find them when you don't have a scroll of magic mapping, but it is also like threat assessment and like not getting into fights. For example, if I had gotten into that fight with the yak that I saw, I probably wouldn't have gone into this thing. So it also checks that from player side. Okay, so we have the perfect way to kill these, and I also have poison resistance already, so I fear them very little. It's strange for me to not be afraid of hornets, but this character definitely doesn't fear hornets. Scarf of Harm. I am gonna pick it up, and then I'm gonna angrily throw it on the floor outside of the dungeon. Oh, look at that! I got 21 intelligence. Let's take this off. Uh, I would drop it, but I don't want to regret dropping it. Um, okay, the Catoble Pass is kind of stuck there, and I'm gonna be landing here. I could drink haste and pick everything up and then bail. It might be worth it. I'll do it. Yeah, because I don't want to fight the Catoble Pass. Nice, that's a super good amulet. Oh, I hope that I don't die to this. I'm probably gonna die to this, right? I cannot even move. Mistakes were made. Yeah, mistakes were made. Serious mistakes were made. Probably gonna die to this. Man, that's an issue. That's a big issue. I'm probably gonna die to this Catoble Pass. How do we, like, I don't think there's a lot of things that I can do to not die to it. I can hope that. Oh wait, do I have Scroll Fogu? I do. Okay, there we go. Now I am immune to the petrification because it cannot override the cloud with the cloud that is here. That's how we get rid of it. Charm doesn't work because it has 3 pips of willpower. It's impossible for any character to charm a Catoble Pass. It just doesn't. It doesn't exist as a possibility. What we can also do is poison it, and then ignite poison, and then poison it again. Still standing on my cloud, and there we go. That's how you do it. I'm glad that I had one Scroll of Fogu. Well, I have more than one, but Scrolls of Fogu are very powerful sometimes. This is not normally how you would use and Scroll Fogu, but I take that. Also, this amulet is incredible. Regen and 7 intelligence is massive for this character. It's massive. It's all that I want with this character. Okay, so now I can go in, and my extra speed is running off. I guess I don't care about the helmet too much. I do care about the Scrolls of Tele. Yep, no need to kill anything when I can just run away from him. Alright, so now the Minotaur. Minotaur time. For the Minotaur, what do we want to do? What do we want to do for the Minotaur? This might be complicated. It would be easier if I had Scroll of Summoning or something. I also don't have Potion of Invisibility. But I may have the ability to kill the Minotaur. We shall see. I'm at full HP, full mana. It's not gonna get any better than this. Okay, Chainmail of Willpower, Quarry of Staff of Pain. I have Poisonous Vapors. That's how I am going to kill the Minotaur with Poisonous Vapors plus Blink or something. And I have 150 HP too, so it's gonna be very difficult for the Minotaur to actually be able to kill me, which is not normally the case. Normally the Minotaur is just like 3 shots to you or 2 shots to you, but it's not gonna happen to this character. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy. 0 threat to my character whatsoever. Let's go. I got zombie hands. I got a Staff of Death. I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna drop it on the floor outside. Okay, I think one of these shops used to have a Minotaur zombie, but maybe not anymore. Good stuff, good stuff. See, I told you that Poisonous Vapors and Ignite Poison is just incredible. That same thing that I did to the Minotaur, I'm probably going to be able to do for a large amount of the game. Quite a bit of the game. So get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of these, get rid of that, get rid of these. Yeah, drop that for now. Now, get rid of the Ring of Ice. Yeah, probably. Okay, I don't. There's not a lot of value from dropping that. I'll not, but I'll drop the Ring of Sea Invisible, and maybe the Ring of Strength as well. What if I keep the Ring of Strength, however? What if I put on the Ring of Strength instead of the Ring of Light? Hmm. Maybe for Swamp, Flight is gonna be a good thing to have. Or what did we get? Did we get Swamp? We got Shoals and Spider. That's like the worst combination of things to get. I might intentionally get myself banished and try to get the Abyssal Rune in order to not do Shoals or Spider. Well, not really. That's like a joke, right? But yeah, it feels kind of almost as bad. Almost bad enough to do that. Okay, the good old blinking around an Hydra and shooting it with Stone Arrow. How did I place in the tournament? 27th. Unfortunately, my final streamed run was a failed Lord of Darkness 3 run, and I was gonna continue doing it off stream, but then I got sleepy and I was like, whatever. And I went to bed. And then I woke up and it was like 1 hour before the tournament ended, so I didn't want to play anymore in the tournament. At that point, like it would not be enough time for me to actually finish a run for the tournament, or I wouldn't like really get anything done. So I didn't pursue anything else. But I feel like I did very well. I think last tournament I didn't do as well as this one. Yeah, last tournament I was not feeling so good about Crawl after I ended. I think that was like the first version with monster weapon attack delay changes, so it's kind of understandable. That change made the game much harder, but now I am kind of used to it. So, so yeah, you can get used to everything. Okay, there we go. Shoutouts to Freeze. That went extremely well. The good old blinking around and shooting the Hydra. And should show how powerful Earth Elementalist is. It has the ability to kill like everything that you get to see when you get to see it, because a Stone Arrow is just like that. Yeah, I would probably say that Earth Elementalist is among the best starts. Ice Elementalist is also really good, but it is not as directly powerful as Earth Elementalist is. Earth Elementalist doesn't provide you with a lot of ways to hybridize, however, and Ice Elementalist does, because it gives you Osokubu's armor, so you can just go for pressing Tab. Osokubu's armor would probably be good for this character, considering what I'm doing. Like imagine just instead of what I'm doing, casting Ramparts on the Osokubu's armor and then pressing Tab, instead of just pressing Tab. Orb of Light is nice. Gives me a bit of extra accuracy because it gives me a radius 3 halo. It also gives me See Invisible, which doesn't matter because I already have it, but if I didn't have it, it would be nice. And it's certainly better than not having anything, and it's certainly better than using the Orb of Energy, so we're using the Orb of Light. Nice. 58 damage. Sweet. It just beat me with all its heads. Did it bite me 8 times? No, never mind. I can't count. I can't count. It only beat me 7 times. Big damage. Ice Elementalist really struggles versus Undead. Yes. And there is a lot of Undead in the early game. Dangerous Undead. Whites and Skeletal Warriors and Hornet Zombies. Earth Elementalist also struggles with some of those things, but it can kill them directly. For Ice Elementalist, you need to pick up and use a weapon to kill those. Which is something that a tankier Ice Elementalist can probably do with a lot of issues. Like, imagine my character exactly how it is, except that it is an Ice Elementalist instead of an Earth Elementalist, and it would be very good regardless, because I have a fantastic weapon, and I have, like, pretty good damage output with my melee, but a Deep Elf, Ice Elementalist would probably not go very well. That's why I recommend Ogre Ice Elementalist a lot, because they can get away with doing that kind of thing. Let's use Ice Blast here. Let's freeze this Black Mamba. Goodbye. Let's run for my life because I was fighting that Hydra and I took so much damage. It was unfortunate. Okay. So you want to see something funny? Stone Arrow can deal a maximum of 39 damage, and Sandblast deals 40. Yeah, it deals more. I mean, it's more inconsistent, but it deals more, and it also has some other downsides. Like it checks a lot of armor class. If the monster that you're using Sandblast against is wearing like plate or something, it's impossible for you to harm it with Sandblast, which is really bad. Um, but that's what Stun Arrow is for. Okay, don't alert. Okay, they use the Mark Trap, but it's fine. Ouch. I took how much damage? That was like 46 damage, something along those lines. And the fact that I am an Ogre makes it so that it's not immediately game breaking to take 46 damage. I really do enjoy Ogres a lot. They are really good. Mm. They are the opposite of cats, and that's why I like them so much. How much shield skill does a new kite shield need? 10, 15. The way that it works is that the more that you train the stat, the least penalties you have until you have 0 penalties when you get to skill 27. So I guess a way to answer your question would be 27. You need 27 for any kind of shield. On the other hand, the penalties may not be too hindering. I could put it on right now just to see. And it might be easy because I am an ogre. Ogres get like less penalties than other species. Um, but I haven't done it yet. I guess I can do it right now because I even have a kite shield. It might be a good way to increase the survivability of my character. It's just that, as you see, I haven't had the need to do so. Not for now. Okay, I guess I can just stab you. Okay, easy peasy. Where did I drop it? I dropped it in D10. Okay, when I get out of there, I'll try to put on the shield. We're probably gonna be training some shields preemptively. I'm gonna train to like 12 or so. I think because I am an ogre and it's a kite shield, 12 might be enough. But I do miss the old days of the magical number. I am very much in favor of magical numbers, especially because like it's just as easy as inspecting the item, and the item literally tells you what the magical number is. So I see zero issues with that. You don't have to resort to an outside resource in order to find what the magical number for your item is. If it was like that, it would be kind of whack, but the game tells you, so there's no need. Okay, 3 pips of piety with Behemoth. We are regaining our piety with Behemoth very well after sacrificing literally all of it for crazy good items. Nessos does not make me afraid. Like, I have zero respect for Nessos just because I have Ignite Poison. And Ignite Poison and Poisonous Vapors is just such incredible damage output that Nessos just dies like that. Longbow Flaming, let's see. Base damage 14, so it got nerfed a bit. No, it got nerfed kinda a lot actually. Base damage 14, base attack delay 1.8. So now it deals less damage and you need more skill in order to be able to shoot it at min delay. Also, heavy armor slows attacks with this. Well, currently only slightly by your +0 troll letter armor. It's gonna be interesting to try a Hunter. Yeah, I'll do it. Probably this version of Hunter is gonna be significantly different than what I went through when I was playing the 0.28 tournament. I'm glad that ammunition is finally gone for the game. I'm glad. It seems that in the last couple of versions, there's been a lot of very polemic changes made to the game, like the ID minigame and the food, and well, now ammunition and yep. If you go to like Reddit and that kind of thing, you see a lot of people being like all doomer about the game. Oh, the game is death now. Like I don't like these changes. I can't like. I thought that it was not real. Like the people that say so on Reddit, they gotta be trolling. But like I've seen people that even say, "I miss food." I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think the people who say that kind of thing would be better off playing NetHack. That sounds like the kind of people that would like NetHack more than Crawl. Also, this looks suspiciously. I was thinking that maybe this would be like a Lair ending, and Lair was now 5 levels long, but doesn't seem to be the case. There's some downstairs, and a Death Yak. Fortunately, it's only one Death Yak. Yeah, if it's only one death, yeah, it's easy. Easy, very easy to kill. Inner Flame. Ooh, Inner Flame. Inner Flame is pretty good because Inner Flame makes it so that I can go um, for what I'm doing, but also add Inner Flame to create an explosion on the monster that I hit. It's gonna be very funny indeed. Cannot do it against monsters that are poison resistant, however. But yeah, let's do it right now. Inner Flame is also got a success like an additional success rate. So even with 0 training in hexes, I can still do it against this 5-headed Hydra, 57%. It's probably one of the better hexes in the game. Wonder what the Arrow of Light looks like if you also have a Shadow Umbra. They cancel out. You have neither Shadow nor neither Umbra nor Halo if you're affected by the two of them. That's how they work. If you're a worshipper of the Shining One fighting a profane servitor, they cancel out the auras. It's pretty nice. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was also like that if you had the two of them equipped at the same time. Unfortunate. See, something that I don't like about Lair is that it's full of fast monsters that have poison attacks and poison resistance. Yeah, I feel like that's a big middle finger to mages that are using poison magic. Also, I just took 64 damage from that Hydra, but fortunately, as I have been repeatedly saying since this playthrough started, I am an Ogre and I have 160 HP. See, I told you that Ogre was a correct thing to start the version with. It's just something that is very resistant to getting absolutely dumpstered by the game. It's very hard for an Ogre to be in that situation because most characters, most spellcasters would be like, oh, I took 60 damage from that Hydra, I'm dead. But with this character, it's like, oh yeah, 60 damage, sure. It's not even half of my HP. Do I do Lair 6? Let's do Lair 6. I hope that I find Toxic Radiance. Toxic Radiance is gonna be incredible, of course, because I already have Poisonous Vapors and Ignite Poison. And with Toxic Radiance, I would be able to kill bands with less mana expenditure. Any interesting changes in 0.29 Trunk? I've not seen a lot. I probably missed a fair amount of it because I haven't really been paying attention to the Discord. But I did get to see the new early game uniques. Well, there's one early game unique. There's a Demon Spawn early game unique that always spawns with an orange demon pet. And there's also new late game versions of the early game uniques that you didn't get. So there's a Pergy or Pargy or whatever new monster that regens 15 HP per turn and always gets gold scales. It's pretty cool. It's like a super late game troll that spawns in late depths and that kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. It sounds really hard to kill. Some airstrike changes, yeah. Well, the airstrike changes that I saw were pretty much only it showing the damage that it deals now. Like now with airstrike you can do this, and it would show the damage. Before it wouldn't. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, there it is. As you can see right now, it doesn't show the damage. But tomorrow, if I try the same thing tomorrow, it will show the damage because the change was just like implemented very recently. So it's still not in trunk, but it will be in trunk by tomorrow, most likely. Okay, maybe don't berserk in the open against a band of jacks. Very few characters can get away with that with 9 armor class and 9 evasion. Yep. Okay, easy to deal with yaks. Easy peasy. Freezing Cloud. Huh, I can even cast it. That's interesting. I don't really get to cast Freezing Cloud very often. You know, I have the spell slots. Why not? Let's get it. Let's get it. It's gonna be good for Elf at the very least. It's a very powerful spell, Freezing Cloud. Yep, it gives you. It's a very consistent spell because it just deals damage as long as the monsters are standing on a cloud. It's freezing clouds too, so it just slows the monsters that are affected by that. Like, well, some monsters are cold-blooded and may be slowed by freezing attacks, such as the Hydra. So very clearly a pretty good spell for Hydras. And since I don't have to train anymore for it, I just got it. If I had to train for it, I would probably not get it, but it's free, so here we are. I don't think that Blink Frog will... Oh, just as I thought that I was not going to get close to the Blink Frog, it blinked and it landed next to me. It's gonna be almost impossible for me to find a better amulet than the one that I already have, because it has regen and it has 7 intelligence, and that's all that it has. And that's all that it really needs to have in order for me to really like it. We found Irradiate. It's at 2%. Man, Behemoth is incredible. See, here's the thing. My character is incredible because of Behemoth. Behemoth gives you increased, like, massive success chance on everything that Behemoth enhances. Freezing Cloud, Inner Flame, Poisonous Vapors, like, there's so many things that are enhanced by Behemoth. Many spells that I like to use that are enhanced by Behemoth. And pretty much the spells that Behemoth gives you are the spells that I really like to use in this game. You thought it was incredible because Ogre? Well, that too. I mean, Ogre adds a lot, but like the damage output that I have is because of Behemoth, pretty much. I have Stone Arrow, but I got Freezing Cloud just very recently. I got Freeze, which has been useful. Haven't really been highlighting it a lot, but I have been using it against the snakes. Pretty good for those. Yeah, Behemoth has been very helpful, even if it hasn't been very noticeable. It's also super nice that I got Behemoth so early in the game, because it allowed me to go into that treasure trove without like too much of a sacrifice, and the treasure trove was obviously incredible, right? So yep, pretty nice. Good character indeed. I find it interesting. I feel like I'm going like fast through the game, but I guess this character is just a character that I am very used to. I don't think I've been in many situations that have been sketchy or dangerous. This is one of them, however, because that guy could vanish me, and I could die if I get vanished. So let's not be here until I have willpower. And I do have the ability to get a lot of willpower real quick. There we go. 3 pips of willpower out of nowhere. All the fire resistance that I could possibly wish for to tank those fireballs. Don't mark me. There we go. And now I can deal with the wizard easily. I just have to actually go to the wizard. Irradiate, because I have it. Okay, Mr. Wizard. The wizard is guarding a portal to hell, so this is the hell lair ending. It used to be that this ending had a ton of secret doors. I remember getting this ending a lot when I was like a new player to the game, obviously, like quite a while ago. And yeah, it had a bunch of secret doors. It always had the wizard, I'm pretty sure. But I'm glad to see the secret doors are gone. I wonder if people also miss secret doors. I find it like impossible to imagine. Why would you like secret doors? But then again, many of those things that the game has lost have been like nethacky things. So maybe the people who like nethack are the people who like those kinds of things. Gonna acid this Ice Devil because I'm out of mana. Should I tab it? I should probably tab it. I'm gonna tab it. I have so much HP. Yep, not very difficult. What's with all this NetHack hate? It's a staple of the stream, G-Lord. Like, I have told the story many times, but I guess I can tell it once again. I was a NetHack player before playing Crawl. In fact, NetHack was my first roguelike ever. Um, and one day I was playing NetHack, and I got to the castle, and I got all my kit to win the game. And I realized at that moment that I hated the game. I straight up, it was like a realization, like an epiphany. That's what it was. Um, I hated the game. I didn't like going through the dungeon to scour it for resources, to get all the scrolls and all the potions, to make holy water and unholy water and alchemy, and enchanting my gear and making wishes and putting farming and reverse genociding nurses to get a ton of HP and that kind of thing, you know? All those things. I didn't like them. And by that time, I had already won like 28 times NetHack, maybe 29. I don't know for sure. Um, and so I just like stopped cold turkey, and I haven't been able to play NetHack since. Like I have a character in progress in NetHack, but I have no reason for me to play it. There's no reason for me to play it. I just don't enjoy it. I enjoy other games a lot more. Who putting farms or optimizers? Well, here's the thing. NetHack's design philosophy. I don't even know what the design philosophy of NetHack is. It's just allowing you to do everything. Noita is very similar in that regard. Um, but yeah, if the objective of the game is winning the game, you should do all those things because those things make it so that you have a better chance of winning the game. Um, so there's that. Yep. I didn't like that design philosophy too much. I didn't know at that time, but now I know and I can describe it that I didn't like it very much. We got a ton of money from that, almost 500 gold. So I'm hoping that the game has some good shops. If there's something that I have not gotten this game is shops. I mean, I have gotten shops, but they're like whatever, right? Who cares about that and who cares about this kind of shops? Not the good kind of shops. Um, you never got NetHack, but you were a big Angband player. Never played Angband myself, and I think at this point the ship has set sail because there's a lot of story with me and roguelikes. I started with NetHack, and then I played Crawl, and then I played other ones. Well, I was in a bit of a burnout period from Crawl. Like I wanted to explore other roguelikes. I played Dumarel. I played a bit of Broke, never got a win. I played a bit of Slash M. I did get a win in Slash M because almost all of the almost all of the previous knowledge from playing NetHack like translates to Slash M pretty well. So it was very easy for me to get a win in that. But it was like more of the same but worse when it came to NetHack and Slash M. Like Slash M was NetHack, but it exacerbated a lot of the things that I didn't like about NetHack. Um, it's very very long compared to Crawl. Very hard to get into others after Crawl. Yes, maybe it was easier for me to explore other roguelikes after Crawl because when I was doing that, it was like 10 years ago at this point. Maybe a bit less than that, maybe like 9 years or so. But I played Dumarel, and I did get a fair amount of wins in Dumarel. I like it. I like that game a fair amount. I played it in console mode, but now I think I could play that game in Taos mode easily because it's just like Doom thinks. It uses Doom assets, so it's very easy to recognize what is what. If you have never played Dumarel, I would recommend it. It's free. You can find it if you Google for DRL, not Dumarel, DRL. Yeah, it is pretty nice. I remember that one time I was working with my aunt in like an event. She had a business about like providing sound for like homeowner associations and that kind of thing, and parties and karaoke, that kind of thing. And it was like pretty much free for me to just be sitting there and get paid for being sitting there. And so I was playing Doom RL with no sound, and that game has sound, and sound is important to that game. So playing it without sound is actually like a major achievement in that community. And I didn't get the win. I think I died to something really dumb, but I almost got the win. I remember it. It was pretty good. Oh, I think I had to quit the game for some reason. Yeah. It's been a while since then. Been a while. Well, we're done with Lure. Let's go D10. Shields. Shields. We can put on that kite shield and take off the orb of energy. We don't care about the See Invisible provided by the orb of light, not orb of energy, because oh, that's not the shield. Yeah, that's what I want. We don't care about the See Invisible because I already have it from something else. Okay, 7% freezing cloud, 4% irradiates. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's to 12. Okay, I have a tower shield. Let's see what happens if I put this on. So 4s and 7s, right? Tower shields. 7 and 12. Hey, this is not so terrible. This is perfectly usable. I think it's somewhat aided by the fact that the tower shield has -4 intelligence. It doesn't give me that much shield, but it does give me the +4 intelligence. So it is 2 shield for 5% chance to miscast Freezing Cloud. You know what? It's not very good. You're gonna try NetHack? Okay. What you just heard me say about NetHack, all of that is like giga spoilery. It probably doesn't matter to you since you're playing Crawl, and Crawl is a game that just embraces spoilers as a way to optimize your gameplay and your win rate. And I'm perfectly okay with that. But yeah, NetHack is a game that requires you to have like the NetHack wiki open at all times and to ask more experienced players for assistance and that kind of thing. And I guess the asking for help also applies to pretty much all other roguelikes, but it is even more so in NetHack. And it's not only to save yourself in combat, it's more like to build your character or to play the game, you need to have help from someone else. It's crazy. Watch one Let's Play is usually enough. There is about 0% chance anyone could remember all the stuff you said about NetHack if you haven't played the game already. Oh yeah, like I did say that it was a spoilery, but it probably is not very bad. Yeah, you need to know what I'm talking about in order to understand what I'm talking about. Because, like, if you hear it, you're not gonna figure it out on your own. I can guarantee that. I could bet you that you wouldn't figure it out on your own. It's impossible to win NetHack without spoilers. It's legit impossible. If someone came to the stream and said, "Hey, I beat NetHack without spoilers," I wouldn't believe it for a second. It's just not a real thing. It cannot happen. Oh, acquirement. Okay, let's see what we got here. Shatter. Shatter. I have zombie hands. I'm an Earth Elementalist. I could get Iron Shot. I'm gonna hold on to this acquirement, but I may get the book. The money is good. The region is trash because I already have a better one, and the staff is also trash because I'm not even using a staff. I have staves available, and I'm using this short sword for tabbing. Watch one Let's Play. That's how you learned Crawl. Okay. I guess we can enchant this Cloak of Willpower. There may be a chance that I end up using that. It's not a guarantee, but I might do it. Okay, let's get surrounded by these and then do Irradiate. Flame Wave. Well, Flame Wave is kinda underwhelming once you have Irradiate. Irradiate deals way more damage. It right now deals only 3 dice of 22, but I have like very little training in transmutations and conjurations. If I trained properly those skills to like 10 or above, it would deal significantly more damage, and it already deals pretty good damage. I one-shot some monsters. I need to pick up that staff, or like at least a step on it. Let's see what it is. Conjuration. I am tempted to drop the short bow. Or like, well, obviously it dropped the longbow. I only picked it up to inspect it. Also tempted to drop the short sword, as I mentioned. I think we have already transcended the point in the game in which I wanted to actually use it to melee. And I feel like we're going to start to see monsters that actually could put me in serious trouble if I was to melee them. So it's better for me to wield this and to inscribe it with don't attack, and also inscribe it with twitch.tv/9settler. Twitch.tv/9settler, and move the don't attack to the last don't attack. Okay. And now what that inscription does is that if I want to attack, it says really attack while wielding this, and so the game stops me from wasting a turn doing something that I don't want to do. Something that NetHack very much doesn't do. In NetHack, if you were to step on lava, the game is gonna be like, okay, sure, you can step on lava, you died. Or like NetHack, I think one of the core design elements of NetHack is actually punishing you for typoing or for like pressing a key that you didn't want to press. And Crawl like shies away from that very well. Yeah, I know, like, I feel like I always have to say it when I talk about NetHack, but, like, even though I greatly dislike the game, and I don't think I am capable of playing it today, I still, like, remember it fondly, because if it was not for NetHack, I would have never found Crawl, and if it was not for Crawl, like, I wouldn't be streaming here, so like NetHack started it all for me. So for that I will be forever grateful, but I cannot like see it as a game that I would like to play. I see it more as an experience. Yeah, NetHack is more like going to the wilderness and surviving 1 month without any outside assistance. That's what NetHack is like, more than a video game. Um, it's just funny. Slava, does Slava prompt you in real life? NetHack is a real life simulator with magic and stuff, and wizards throwing daggers. Yep. Because if you play a wizard in NetHack, the optimal strategy is, believe it or not casting any spells, because the spells cost a lot of food until later in the game, and yeah, like I know a lot when it comes to NetHack. I want every roll in NetHack at least twice. I wanted to win it 3 times in a row, or not in a row. Like I wanted to win every roll in NetHack 3 times. Once lawful, once neutral, and once chaotic. But I wasn't able to do so. Like I just burnt out on the game while I was going through the chaotics. Because they're not very like chaotic is definitely the worst alignment in NetHack. Have you played any other classic roguelikes like Adam or Tome? I played Tome once and I will never forget it. Tome seems kinda like a mockery of Crawl. That's what it felt like to me by the end. I felt like the game was designed kind of like it almost was like Crawl, but it did some things that were very much anti-player, like absolutely anti-player. I played one game. I got to the second map in my first attempt at Tome, and the second map killed me almost immediately to overworld mobs, and I was like, never again, and I immediately uninstalled the game. It was like almost 4 years ago, and I still remember it. I haven't been that mad at anything since. I got so mad at Tom. I was so mad. You would not believe how mad I was at Tom. So yeah, I don't need that kind of negativity in my life, as I very frequently mention. So yeah, Tom is not a game that I want to play or can play anyway. I would play NetHack, like maybe not on stream, but like maybe I could start like a bit of a NetHack run and do whatever, and then die and then get bored. But Tome, no, Tome, like I actively despise that game. Yeah, that one, no. The new Tome, not the old one. Still trying to figure out how to make it run. How to make NetHack run? You can connect to a server. There's NetHack servers. The vast majority, like almost the entirety of my NetHack wins were on servers. So you could do that. Okay, time to train a lot of things. Gonna train this to 12. Gonna train this to 10. Gonna train this to 4 because I am with Behemoth, and Behemoth enhances the one spell that I want to use with that. I don't need to train translocations. I'm gonna train this to 10 yet again because I'm with Behemoth. Farm magic. Do I care about that? Probably not. I don't think I have any fire magic spells. Ice magic can go to 10 as well because I have a level 5. Air magic can go to 10. I could also train, instead of training all of these, I could train for zombie hands and iron shot and stop being so much of a like hybrid, like a null lookalike, and start being more of an earth elementalist instead of a null lookalike. I'm gonna train this to, well, I won't train earth magic yet. Yeah, I think we can just go with this for now. And eventually I'll just get Iron Shot and win the game with that. Okay, easy Ogre band. By the way, the guys here are kind of crazy, so I better put on willpower so I don't get banished or paralyzed by the spellcasters. Okay, let's walk away from that mess. Place freezing clouds. And it just so happens that I am an Ogre and I have 167 HP, so it's very easy for me to tank these guys, kill them with my HP, pretty much. Good stuff. Turn 4 feels like too much of a different game for each class you play. Good lord, the particle effects. I think I play. I don't remember. I think I played Tome with glyphs instead of tiles. So I don't remember too much of the experience. All that I remember was that I was furious with the experience. Also, I don't like that the game has a story. Like, there were so many things about Tome that I didn't like. I didn't like the overworld. I didn't like the story. But like the thing that made me never play Tome again was the overworld mobs. I think the overworld mobs were like a massive gargantuan mistake in Tome's design. Yeah, and people were like, then just mod them out. But like, if I wanted to do that, then I would be playing a different game. And like, I don't want to play a different game. I want Tom to be good, but Tom is not good. In that case, maybe just don't play Tom at all. So that was kind of my thought process. Okay, so from this second acquirement, we have some nice fire spells. But I'm probably gonna get the money. Yeah, very fiery acquirement. I'm just gonna get the money. I got the book with Iron Shot, so I can get Zombie Hands Iron Shot, and I can win the game with that, as I mentioned. Zombie Hands Iron Shot Irradiate is definitely a game-winning combination. Okay, I have Poisonous Vapors on the Quiver, so I can just use it twice and then ignite Poison, and that kills anything with 7 mana, no matter where they are on the screen. It's a really, really powerful thing. Of course, it would be better if I had Toxic Radiance, because it would kill things with 7 mana as well, but it would kill many more things instead of only one target. Okay. This is going well, I think. This character is going very well. I have a lot of very nice, very powerful spells. Including some that I don't get to use very often, such as Freezing Cloud. Sometimes the monsters don't step on the cloud, and that is kind of annoying. But as long as you place the cloud on top of the monsters, it's okay. Yeah. Maybe I infuriated some people who play Tome or NetHack. If so, I kind of apologize. But yeah. I don't talk about Tom as much as I talk about NetHack, because not only do I not like the game, but I also didn't play enough of the game to give like a concise and, like, experienced, thoughtful judgment on the game. I just didn't like it. So all that I can say about Tom is that I didn't like Tom. But NetHack, I played enough of NetHack to know what I'm talking about. You like Tom 2 better than Tom 4? Does Tom 2 have overworld mobs? I still probably wouldn't play it because I'm too spoiled by Crawl. I feel like it's very hard for me to find a roguelike that I'm like, oh yeah, this competes with Crawl super hard. Rift Wizard is kind of that. I wish that Rift Wizard was more random in the terms of the loot that you find and that kind of thing, you know? There's just too much consistency in your runs, and so the only thing that incentivizes variety is, well, yourself, because you could go through 40 runs playing the far build, and the far build is just very powerful. In fact, it is so powerful that it's gonna get nerfed, funnily enough. Oh, are you poison resistant? Seriously? Man, Saint Roca with poison resistance. If it was not for that, I would be able to kill Saint Roca easily, but poison resistance is gonna make it tricky to do. Character like overworld ambushes. Yeah, like the ambushes were vile. Tom 2 has overworld, but if you get ambushed, which only really happens when you leave the path, it's still more like normal mobs like drakes and stuff, not Tom 4's character like overworld ambushes. Yeah, like fighting 17 monsters in a very complicated arena. Tom 4, it's just like, no, no. I don't even want to keep talking about it because I didn't have a good experience with that game. So yeah, why reminisce about experience? Okay, Erolcha is significantly more reasonable to deal with than Saint Roca because Erolcha doesn't have poison resistance, so easy kill. Okay, when it comes to Saint Roca, let's see. I can probably irradiate like 17 times and get malmutated. I have 2 cancellations. Yeah, that's probably gonna be what I do for Saint Roca. Legit irradiate like 17 times. Okay, get over here. Break line of sight. There's upsides and downsides to breaking line of sight on Saint Roca. The upside is that I don't get smitten, but the downside is that I don't get to place freezing clouds on top of Saint Roca. I wonder what is gonna be better. I can kill Saint Roca right now. I don't have 3. That's also a thing that I should keep in mind. I would like to have 3 because 3 is 50% extra HP and better armor class, and evasion doesn't matter, so 3 would be good, I think. Fighting the overworld patrols in Tome 4 is eventually suicide? Yes. In fact, that's what killed me in my Tome 4 run. Like, I just got tired of manually moving in the overworld. It was very annoying, and I typoed into overworld mobs twice. The first time I had an item that revived me when I died, and so I revived. The second time I just died because I didn't have that item anymore. It was very annoying. Okay, so I guess we're gonna sit here and wait for Saint Roca to get over here. Scroll vulnerability would make Roca susceptible to hexes. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Maybe we can try Inner Flame. 43%. So if we read vulnerability, just for funsies. Wow, 17 damage smite, maximum damage. 76%. Okay, sure. I have fire resistance, so the explosion is unlikely to kill me. Oh, you have a polearm. That's cheating. Why do you have a polearm? Stop smiting me. Stop. Dude, I'm already at 30 HP less than I was when I started the fight. Time to figure out controls, Lamao. You can use B keys, or you can use a numpad in NetHack, but it also has a lot of very obscure controls. Like, if you think Crawl has too many weird controls, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, go play NetHack. Try to figure out NetHack's controls, and then you'll be grateful for Crawl's controls. They're really easy compared to NetHack's. So, brilliance. Okay, and now we irradiate until Saint Roca dies. And now I drink cancellation. Easy peasy. Who needs anything fancy for Saint Roca? Yep, with the right kind of character, Saint Roca in Nork is free. But it needs to be the right kind of character. Oh, you know what? I have had like a couple of ideas for content. I think I would maybe be interested in doing something along the lines of a podcasty thing for YouTube, where I talk to people from the community, like devs and that kind of stuff. Wow, the shops are extremely underwhelming. Jaras could be nice. Animate armor, maybe. A port. I can buy that. It's very cheap, dude. Very cheap. Might as well buy it. Learn a port. Oh, I learned Battlesphere by accident. I don't want Battlesphere. I want a port. In fact, I'm gonna amnesia Battlesphere, and I'm probably gonna amnesia some other spells that I have that I'm not using anymore. Like I could amnesia the level ones, of course, but they're only level one. The scrolls are kind of rare, so it's not worth it. I could amnesia Freezing Cloud, but Freezing Cloud is good. I'm definitely gonna amnesia Battlesphere. I think if I want more spell slots, I should just train more spellcasting, which I will do eventually. In fact, I'm kind of currently doing it, but with so many skills turned on at the same time, it's like a meme. I'm not actually doing it. I'm not actually training anything. Yeah, and I only do that. I think I mention it every time, but I only start doing that with characters that I feel like are powerful enough for me to be able to afford doing that kind of thing. Um, and this character already feels like that. Okay, we have Orb of Destruction. I mean, that kills Orbs of Fire. That kills Orbs of Fire real good. I think I may go for that. There's a chance. I could always just put all my experience in Earth Magic and get Shatter right now. But nah, let's embrace the Behemoth playstyle of being able to cast whatever I want without like skilling properly. You have identified the last wand, and it is a wand of Mind Burst. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that I have it as an emote. It's a really good spell that I enjoy a fair amount. Okay. I think at some point later in the game I would also like to have some form of melee for dealing with trash enemies that are not worth mana. I think I just realized something. This Amoles thingy makes it so that monsters with launchers are nerfed. Wow, it's a miracle. Monsters with launchers nerfed. I cannot believe I lived to see the day. But finally there was a monster nerf instead of a player nerf. Incredible. I guess it's a monster nerf that also comes accompanied by a player nerf, right? Did they learn Mindburst 2 shots of Storm Dragons with 13 evocations? That sounds like you got a pretty good roll or something. I wouldn't like keep that in mind for dealing with Storm Dragons. But maybe I should add it to my repertoire. I cannot cast the spells. Please don't summon a Hydra. Or like, not a Hydra. Yeah, summon that. Don't summon a Sphinx. A Sphinx would kill me. Yeah, I guess it was a player nerf because it did nerf the effectiveness of launchers, but it also nerfed monsters. So you're not gonna use launchers every game, but you're gonna see monsters with launchers every game. So for practical purposes, it's a player buff. No one told the devs. Green dragons? Oh yeah, like acid dragons. I buy it. I believe it from acid dragons. But Storm Dragons, like, they have a ton of HP. Let's inspect the Storm Dragon. Storm Dragon. 105 and 3 pips of willpower. Yeah, it's kind of hard to affect them with Mind Burst in the first place. And even then, like, getting through 105 HP with Mind Burst sounds kind of complicated. But it works pretty well for Acid Dragons and for Steam Dragons. And for a lot of things in this game. Probably gonna drop that. Not gonna be using the Ring of Slaying. Do you have poison resistance? Man, everyone has poison resistance. Why does everyone have poison resistance? It doesn't have to be this way. Okay. Nice. Third time's the charm. Oh, Swamp Dragon. I see. Well, that's larger than I thought you'd see on at that point in the game. Oh, you're probably in Swamp. Yeah, I misread like D13. Yeah. How much HP do those have? They actually are not so weak. They're kind of like mid-tier. 67. Fair amount of HP. I can believe Mindverse killing them. I can believe it. Okay, Freezing Cloud being a good spell, you know. What kind of spell you can spend 5 mana on and it kills a whole ugly thing band? It's such a good spell. One more. Okay. Okay, better not irradiate anymore. Okay, I see another ugly thing band. Oh, you know what? This character can do elf before doing rune branches because I have the Hat of the Alchemist. Oh man, the Hat of the Alchemist is the sickest thing in the game. It's so good. Um, Especially if you find it early enough that you can just go for the Hall of the Alchemist before going into their branches. I can put it to do elf. I can put it on to do elf, and it will make it so that whenever I get hit, I'm gonna get hurt a fair amount, right? But I can just not get hit because I have freezing cloud, right? Mm. Am I wearing willpower? I am not. I better go back to wearing that. Because the wizard wants to banish me. I have File of Lots for the wizard. Okay, I'm just gonna use that right now. Okay. That guy can paralyze. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of things that check willpower. I'm just gonna go back to my clock of willpower. Better play it safe. Okay, there's an enchant armor in Orc 1 for 90 gold. Orc 1 had better loot than Orc 2. Like, the one shop that I saw in Orc 1 had better loot than all the shops in Orc 2. I think that's frequently the case. Okay. Let's go buy that enchant armor. And I'm probably gonna put it on the cloak of willpower immediately. I was gonna use the cloak that I got, like the Randart, because it's incredible, but I think I might just end up going for the Hat of the Alchemist. It is just too good. And instead of, like, the Hat of the Alchemist is a massive loss in armor class. Right now I have 9. If I put on the hat, I go down to 6. But like if the hat was fully enchanted, I would have one more armor class. So it is like losing 4 armor class on an ogre. On a normal character, it's more than 4 armor class because you're losing the base armor class of the helmet and the enhancement of that base armor class from your shields, from your armor skill. But like I cannot wear a helmet with an ogre. So there's that. But that decrease in armor class from wearing that item can be compensated for by just wearing rings of protection instead of whatever rings of resistances you felt like you needed. The Heart of the Alchemist is a really, really good item. Really incredible. Mm. Okay. Ogre Band. Where's the mage? The mage is on the back row. Probably should have freezing clouded these guys. Maybe it would have been better. Okay, I have willpower, so I'm not too afraid of the mage. But if it had gotten lucky with a paralysis, I would have probably died there. Yep, there was a very solid chance that I would have died there if I had gotten paralyzed. Especially if I had gotten paralyzed for very long. This is the entrance to depths, so I'm gonna exclude it for a bit. Close the door. Go elsewhere. Ring of Wizardry. I don't think I need that. Probably gonna drop it. Behemoth already provides me with wizardry for the cool spells, which are the spells that I am already using, so... Ow. Okay, there's too many dudes. And apparently my shield is not really doing a lot. Okay, what did we just get? Ooh, look at that, Noxious Bog. That's a pretty good spell. I like it. I find it pretty interesting that those guys managed to perfectly dodge the 2 freezing clouds. It's incredible in corridors. It's like so powerful in corridors. It's insane. But in the open, not so much. The closer the environment it is, the better Freezing Cloud gets. Okay, that was a scroll summoning. It's fine. So that's it for D13. D15, Lair and Orc. Let's go to Elf. But before doing Elf, I'm gonna put on my hat of the Alchemist. And now the key to doing Elf is the resistances, I think, first and foremost. So with these resistances, I think I'm set. I think I have a pretty good chance to survive Elf with not a lot of complications. I could even put on a ring of well, if I had rings of protection, I would definitely put on rings of protection, but I unfortunately don't have anything like that. I have a tower shield that I could put on, like a normal one, instead of that one with +4 intelligence. I'll put it on after I get out of Elf. You love how good Bug is for Bolt 5? It's so good for Bolt 5. It's incredible. Yep. I love Noxious Bug. It used to be much worse. Like the first iteration of Noxious Bug was so bad that I never tried it. But like pretty much you cast it and it gives you a status effect that it left a trail of bug behind you. So you had to walk around to make the bug and like run away from the monsters. It was super cumbersome and annoying to use. I like it much better now. Okay, let's go into Elf. And yeah, the vast majority of these elves, they do deal a ton of damage, but I have a ton of HP. The dancing weapons are scary, I have to say that. The dancing weapons are legit scary. I can kill them because I have Irradiate, but I think it's also important for you to have an item that you can use to kill dancing weapons if you go here. Like if you don't have an item for or a way to deal with dancing weapons, not necessarily an item or anything. You don't have a way to deal with them, you cannot really do elf. Man, it would be nice if I had a spell that hit the full screen, but we are not at that point yet. Soon, however. I was thinking of putting on better body armor instead of the Troller armor. I wonder if I have something. I also have Zombie Hands. I don't have Zombie Hands yet because I haven't tried Necromancy. I have the spell, but I don't think I can cast it without Necromancy skill. It is, after all, a level 5 spell. I'm not sure if Behemoth enhances that one. But I'll have it eventually, if I do decide to train for it. I could also just not train for it and get Orb of Destruction. Because like the combo is getting Zombie Hands and Iron Shot. But I could only get Orb of Destruction instead of getting those two. I wonder what's gonna be better. Probably, you know what I should definitely get? Noxious Bug. Because that's gonna be good for Spider. Let me find Amnesia before Behemoth messes me up. Okay. Amnesia for Battlesphere. Now let's learn Noxious Bug. And I'm probably gonna use that. Yep, that seems like a very good spell to me. Hold on, I want it at 12. 12 and transmutations can also go to 12. Now let's go back to Elf. And the vast majority of these elves die to either poisonous vapors, ignite poison, if there's only one of them, or poisonous, or not poisonous vapors, freezing cloud if there's multiples. In the before times, when there used to be a poisonous cloud spell, like freezing cloud but for poison, that was a fantastic spell. I used to like that spell a lot. I was kind of sad when it got removed. It had a lot of utility. Do you remember what I did earlier in the run when I was trapped in a 2-tile room with a Catoblepas? I read Scroll of Ogre to make it so that the Catoblepas wouldn't petrify me. You could do the same with Poisonous Vapors, and that was probably part of the reason why it got removed. The fact that it had utility past just being kill monster. Many of the spells that are like that in this game tend to get removed. Okay, there's a dude. I don't know where the dude is. I have no idea where the dude is. Is it dead? I think that the dude is dead. Okay, it better be. Not afraid of what's happening on the screen right now. Yeah, not afraid. Oh, you know what? Maybe the monsters that had launchers were buffed to compensate. Oh man, I am kind of afraid of that. Yeah, it looks kind of messed up. What if we don't do this? What's in there? Potion of 3 and wands. Yeah, I kind of don't want to do this. I'm gonna walk away from this. Hey, you're streaming again. You figured you'd do some Brief Wizard after all that crawl? Me too. I was going to do some Brief Wizard, but I kind of wanted to play crawl. It's rare. Like I commented on it at the very start of the stream that I usually am super burnt out on crawl after the tournament, but this time I was like, okay, I want to play some crawl, which is super weird. So here we are playing some crawl. And I'm playing something that I want to play for the start of the tournament. Yeah, Ogre, Earth Elementalist of Behemoth. Good species, good background, good god. So good character. And the floor god has delivered. I had a treasure trove super early in the game that asked me to lose all my piety with Behemoth, and I had like only 2 pips of piety, so it was like a no-brainer. And I got the Hat of the Alchemist and some incredible gear out of it. Like that cloak, that Randar cloak, I also got it from it, but I got the Hat of the Alchemist, so there's that. Orb of Destruction is level 7, which has to be trained to around 20. It doesn't have to be trained to around 20. It depends on, well, you will see with Behemoth. With Behemoth, I can see myself training it to Joe. What is that amulet? Joe, that amulet is incredible, dude. That's a crazy good amulet. It's better than the one that I have. It's so incredible. Wow, like that I'm gonna use that for the rest of the game. That amulet is so good. Oh wow, Mummy Priest. I hope that I don't die to the Mummy Priest. Hold on. I have a port, so I can just apport the funny amulet. And I'm gonna put it on right now. I was just thinking, hey, this character is using a lot of mana. I could maybe replace my Amulet of Regen with Mana Regen. But then I remembered that it had 7 intelligence and I didn't want to do it. But this one has Mana Regen, Normal Regen, and 10 intelligence. Like, it's like a godsend of an amulet for my character. It doesn't get any better than that. And it also gives me 3 pips of cold resistance. Like, it's almost impossible for this amulet to be better than it is. It does have one downside, as Railbird mentions, and that is the fact that it gives me -9 mana, but that can be easily compensated for by just wearing an amulet, a ring of mana, which is what I'm already doing anyway, so who cares? Yeah, that amulet it's hot. You could say that it's hot because it gives me 3 pips of cold resistance. I see what you did there, Will. But yeah, it's quite probably the best amulet that I have gotten in what's been of the year. You know, it's crazy good of an amulet. Kite Shield of Cold Resistance. I kind of want it just because it's +4, but I don't know if I want to use it. Okay, 1% chance to vanish, so it is not something that I have to be so afraid of. Yeah, I told you that I was gonna be able to deal with these elves without a lot of issues, as long as I don't take fights where I fight like in unlimited amount of dudes at once. We should be completely fine. I don't like these bolts made out of crystal or made out of glass because the clouds don't go through the glass. If I wouldn't be able to see where the clouds are, they don't get placed, which is very annoying. Do you have poison resistance? No? There's something in the way, huh? Oh, it was trying to cast it on the dude that I cannot see. Come on, doesn't have to be this way, game. Okay. No LRD, sadly. You have a question as the Ape Fire Elementalist. How do you deal with the Ice Cave room with three ice statues? It's gonna be really difficult. Yeah, I am like leaning towards the side of you can't. Um, but I would be more inclined to say that you probably shouldn't try to. Like maybe you could, but maybe it would also kill you. I personally wouldn't give it a try. Would not give it a try because Deep Elf is just too fragile for that kind of thing. It's either you can deal with it like very easily, or it would take you more than a couple of turns to do it. In which case, you're probably gonna die if you attempt to do so. Um, CBL. Well, I don't like CBL. I'm not gonna learn it. You have Fireball. You can blind shot the ISO statues. Yeah, you can ask Railbird about Fire Elementalist things. The game, well, the game doesn't give you Fireball in the starting spellbook anymore, so that's only if you have it. If you don't have it, then you're probably out of luck. You could also use a sticky flame on the statues if you have it. Just like very quickly sneak in, put some sneaky flame, sticky flame, sneaky flame. Huh. Well, do that. Do that spell, and then get out, get back in, rinse and repeat. Probably something along those lines. Mm. You know, I like this strategy that I have been doing in 0.28 and 0.29 so far, of just doing Elf before doing a room branch. I think it's really good. Well, that's a spicy monster set for this part of the game. A lot of Sphinxes. It's nothing that I should be too afraid of. I can easily kill all of these guys, including the Fire Dragons, as you can see, almost dead. They stand no chance against the Clouds of Cold. 3 Fire Dragons. Wow, look at how many Fire Dragons are here. Crazy, but yeah, very, very little risk involved in dealing with these guys. Kind of damaged, but losing 100 HP with an Ogre is like nothing. Yep, easy peasy. I think this was easiest because I got the chance to fight all of these guys in the room. If they had like spread throughout the level would have been significantly worse, more dangerous and damaging. Never seen that bolt before. That was interesting. Okay, there was an invisible elf, but it died. You didn't see any fire dragons, just bags of experience. That's right. A lot of experience piñatas in this elf. Very unexpected as well. But to be completely fair, almost all of the elves are gonna be experienced piñatas because I have poisonous vapors. Oh, I am engulfed. I have poisonous vapors and I have freezing cloud, so I kill almost everything. Nicola is extremely scary, despite the fact that I have almost all the things that I would normally have to survive Nicola. Still extremely scary because I have 6 armor class. I should probably file a Floods Nicola to prevent it from casting Chain Lightning. And there you go. That was powerful. This Ogre has more HP than an experience level 27 Gargoyle. If you have 27 fighting with your experience level 27 Gargoyle, you can have like around 200 HP. But yeah, it has way more HP than a normal spellcaster would have at this point in the game. And I have only trained 15 fighting, which I got super early into the game. I got it before Lure, and I haven't trained it after Lure. I'll go back to it probably at some point. Yeah, my spells are all like really well castable now. That's just the power of Behemoth. Behemoth is such a good god. Yep. Railbird, I know that you're like too into Sif Muna, but you should give Behumet a try one of these days, just so you know that how the god functions and everything. There's a reason why I like Behumet a lot more than I like Sif Muna. Okay. Spells that hit a vast amount of the screen are really good with this character. Too many guys with launchers, however. Probably shouldn't be fighting in this spot. Yeah, those guys are kind of not dying fast enough. Needed them to die a bit faster. Okay, still have 2 regen per turn. Thanks to my prodigious HP combined with 2 sources of regen. Literally 2 regen per turn. Nice. Railbird would never cheat on Sif like that. Do I have resistance to electricity? Yes, I do. I have Hat of the Alchemist. That gives me 1 pip in every resistance, including resistance to mutation, which is not very real. As I frequently mention when I get the Hat of the Alchemist, the resistance to mutation is like not really the reason why it's a good item. It is a good item because it frees up all your other item slots to wear whatever gives you the best combination of armor class and evasion without having to worry about resistances, because you already have all the resistances in the world. So even though the item heavily subtracts from your armor class, in a nutshell, if you combine it with items that give you a ton of armor class but don't give you resistances, it ends up being like an armor class gain, or at the very least, it's like a net equal armor class, but you happen to have some very nice resistances that you probably didn't have before using the Hat of the Alchemist. It's just a fantastic item. Going back to what I was talking about earlier regarding roguelikes, I know that it's kind of hard for me to play other roguelikes now that I have tried, now that I have played Crawl for so long. I'm like too spoiled by Crawl's quality of life features. But I would definitely not be opposed to trying something along the lines of, say, Sorbus. Sorbus released a while ago, and I downloaded Sorbus, and I haven't played Sorbus. So Sorbus could be one that I could play. I could play Cogmind as well. One of these days I'll play Cogmind. That High Priest has gold skills. Yeah, that High Priest has fully enchanted gold skills of 3 slaying, -5 dexterity, 2 pips of resistance to negative. They're pretty incredible gold skills for a lot of characters. I'm not gonna put them on, but I'm probably gonna carry them with me for the rest of the game. However, the ring is very interesting. The ring is more interesting to me because it gives me 7 intelligence, and the Fire Enhancer is like whatever. I would normally be more turned off by the Fire Enhancer, but I have 3 pips of cold resistance. In fact, if I put on that ring, I still have 3 pips of cold resistance thanks to the Hall of the Alchemist, and I gained the 7 intelligence and the fire resistance and, all those other good things from that ring. So the ring is more interesting to me than the gold skills somehow. Yeah, the priest is like ready to go do SOT pretty much. And it also has such good gear that it's actually really hard to kill. Yep, it's really hard to kill for my character. Gonna have to irradiate it, and I hope that it is alone. Like, the sorcerer dies for free. Probably gonna drink attraction for this guy. It's right next to me. I'm just gonna let it get over here. Get over here. Come on, step forward. Alright. Annihilators are also scary, but they're much more fragile. That one at least didn't have incredible endgame armor. Yeah. Oh wow! It also had a triple short sword of protection. Oh, that triple short sword? No, it's a triple sword. That's a crazy sword. I am astonished at the loot of that guy. Let me inscribe it with don't drop, because I'm not gonna put them on, but like that's a good armor that deserves to be in a log of a game of a character that wins the game, even if that character was not using them. That's the kind of armor that you need to find if you want to do something along the lines of Lord of Darkness 3. Yeah, that's the kind of armor that makes Lord of Darkness 3 easy. It doesn't make it free, of course, but it makes it pretty easy. I don't care about the robe, and I don't care about the amulet. It's gonna be almost impossible for me to find a better amulet than what I already have. And I also probably shouldn't be out exploring here. Seems like it's a bit dangerous. The layout of the bolt is unfortunate. It's very open, which makes it so that I have a hard time abusing Freezing Cloud, which is the reason why I wanted to do this in the first place. I'm gonna kill the Annihilator. Demonologist has poison resistance. Yes, it does, and so I cannot kill it with what I currently have. I'm gonna wait for it to die then, because it's standing on a Freezing Cloud after all. The Iron Shot misses you. Yep, evasion is a placebo. Evasion is not real. If evasion was real, I would be getting hit with 8 evasion. And I'm not getting hit. Well, okay, I got hit there, but you know what I mean. Dodging something with 8 evasion is like a very nice thing that you were not counting on. But not dodging something when you have 50 evasion is like the game just destroying you. The ring is great since you are cold resistant. Yep. Let's put on this ring. Oh, also the -6 slaying, because the ring has -6 slaying. It doesn't have +6 slaying. It's -6. So that's kind of bad. But I'm not pressing TAF. I'm going out of my way to not press TAF. So it's pretty much a ring of 5 resistance and 7 intelligence and resistance to negative. That's all that it is. Like the downsides are not real downsides to this character. Oh, nice. Everyone has crazy randarts. I mean, sure. They're gonna be... Well, these are not crazy randarts, but like, they have a lot of randart. That's what I meant. I hope that there's something left in the bolt once I am in the bolt. So how did the tournament went for you all? You know how it went for me. I streamed almost the entirety of my tournament run. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I liked it. I always like the tournaments. They make me happy. And very frequently after the tournament, I'm done with Crawl for a while. But this time, not quite. This time, I feel like I can continue playing Crawl. No burnout at all, which is probably a very good sign. Wow, another amazing ring. That's gold scales on a ring. I mean, it doesn't have the armor class, but it is gold scales on a ring. 4 out of 7 games won by some luck? You gain like 17 intelligence in 12 floors? I did. Well, not quite, because my previous amulet had 7 intelligence. I guess it's more accurate to say that I gained 10 intelligence, because I did gain 10 intelligence. Yeah, not 17, but I did gain 10 intelligence. Still an incredible amount of intelligence to gain all of a sudden in 2 elf floors. Definitely worth it to do elf before doing their branches, as you can see. Fresh, unique strategies, only in twitch.tv/9settler. Oh, wow, you have fire skills? Yo, that makes you weak to cold. Man, that poor Blade Master is super dead. I feel sorry for it. Okay. So the Blade Master that was weak to cold already died. The Master Archer, it was not something that I was counting on when I was doing this. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like irradiate the Blade Master twice and it's gonna die. But while I do that, the Blade Master is just gonna kill me, and I don't want to die. So I'm gonna read a blinking. Yeah, it's fine. I wonder if the Master Archers are buffed. Let's see. No, it doesn't seem to be buffed. In fact, it got nerfed because the longbows now deal less damage, 1 less damage, so it got very slightly, almost no nerf, but still nerfed. You had fun, but you lost a run on SOT 5 near the end? Yeah, like, tell me about that. I think I lost my Lord of Darkness run in SOT 5 to minus a scroll, the worst mutation in the game. Yeah, I guess on the bright side, if there is a bright side about that, is that I get to show people why I call it the worst mutation in the game. Like it's not a meme or anything. It legit is the worst mutation in the game. I don't know if I said it during the tournament. I may have just thought about it after the run, but it is even worse than teleportitis. My character would have been able to survive what I was thrown against with teleportitis, but I was not able to survive what I was thrown against with minus a scroll. So there's that. Mm. Okay, Master Archer, I'm still not at full HP. Can you please wait until I am at full HP so I can kill you? Something makes me think that it's not gonna wait. Yeah, I can just sit here and irradiate you. 2 irradiates later, it is death. Irradiate deals 3 dice of 30. Just a while ago, it was 3 dice of 22. It just goes to show how much impact intelligence has on spellcasting in general. Intelligence is a very good stat to have. I wonder if it's too much to ask for from the quiver to automatically target like the nearest enemy that is vulnerable to what you're doing. Like for example, when the demonologist summons a demon that is poison resistant in front of it, it will not try to target the enemy that is actually vulnerable, and the quiver will instead just tell me that the monster is not vulnerable to what I'm trying to do, which is kind of annoying. It's just a mild annoyance. I don't know how hard would it be to fix because, yet again, as I don't know anything about coding, but I would like to see it fixed. Maybe I should bug report it. Maybe it's just that people don't know about it, and it is like a very trivial fix. Salamander Hide. I wish I could put that on. It's leather armor. It's not like dragon scales or anything funny. So the Salamander Hide armor is an incredibly powerful artifact. I had it on a mummy once. In fact, that mummy won the game, I'm pretty sure. I found it super early in the game. And I just went through Lair. I cast 3 spells in Lair. Literally 3 spells in the entirety of Lair. I was just killing things by walking towards them and then walking away from them because the Ring of Fire from the Salamander Hide is just too powerful. You can post your first win in 0.28 with your current game. It sounds like you have a good game going. Are you going only for 15 rune wins with your or something? Because I remember that you mentioned that you have killed characters with like 3-4 wins or with 3-4 runes. So I don't know. You currently have 2 runes. As for myself, I only go for extended when I feel like the character is powerful enough to do so. Like with a manifold dragon form character, I will almost always go for extended. I guess the monsters don't have the Ring of Fire from the Salamander Hide. Interesting. Well, the ring has negative willpower, so I'm gonna leave it on the floor. Statue form could be useful. MCC, not gonna be useful. Ramparts. Lots of books here. Oh, wow. 2 items with 2 pips of cold resistance and negative willpower? That's interesting. What's up with that? Okay. So, let's be fair. The vast majority of the time, this place is trash. This place has trash loot the vast majority of the time. This time, however, the loot was really good. It was not game-changing. It was not game-winning loot. Game-winning loot was probably the Hat of the Alchemist, but it was incredible. The amulet is really, really, really good. I don't think I found the amulet. Yeah, I didn't find the amulet in Elf 3. I found it in Elf 1. But this ring is nice. Also, the triple sword of fire and cold resistance. If I was using that, I would be very happy. But I'm not. I have 0 plans to use it because I'm using a shield. If anything, I would have liked to find a better shield. Yeah, and I got a ton of experience. My Noxious Bug is at 2% now. So I can probably go do Shoals or Spider and easily do it. Not sure you could get a win with Human Fire Elementalist of Sif Muna. It's not terrible. In fact, it's probably better than Deep Elf Fire Elementalist of Sif Muna. Yep, Deep Elf, or rather, I would say that Fire Elementalist kind of requires you to be somewhat tanky nowadays. If you're not a tanky species, you're probably gonna have issues with Fire Elementalist because Fire Elementalist makes it so that you have to tank, and it doesn't give you tools to be able to tank. Conjure Flame doesn't count. Definitely doesn't count. It needs you to tank monsters so you can flame wave them and that kind of thing. So maybe Ogre Fire Elementalist could be okay. I still Fire Elementalist is fine, but it definitely like doesn't have anything on Ice Elementalist or Earth Elementalist. And Air Elementalist is also decent, but it's not that incredible. Yeah, I would probably place Air Elementalist and Fire Elementalist on the same tier, and above them I would place Earth Elementalist and Ice Elementalist. And below those, I would place Venom Mage and Necromancer and Summon. Well, Summoner probably could go even lower than that, but I don't know. I think I should make that tier list video for the backgrounds. I need to get it ready. I might do it tomorrow. But yeah, the more I think about it, the more I actually kind of want to do it. Let me place Noxious Bug here. Conjurer. Conjurer probably is in the same tier as Earth Elementalist and Ice Elementalist because it's also a book that you can reliably, well, not reliably, but you can kind of win the game with it. It is not a fantastic book, but it is also not a terrible book. So I think I want to take off the Hat of the Alchemist for this place. Instead of that, put on the Hat of the Invisible. Okay, let's see how this looks. We lose poison resistance. I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're fine going with it like this. Mystic Blast saves you often. It is very good, Mystic Blast. Pretty good indeed. Fulminant Prism as well deals a ton of damage. The Conjurer book is also really good at getting out of the early game. In fact, it does so in a very safe way because you can just push monsters away through the entirety of the game. I've done it before. As I said before, Gene Conjurer that didn't find anything, well, that didn't get anything from leveling up. So for the entirety of the game, I used Mystic Blast to kill things. I literally killed Dwarfs of Fire with Mystic Blast in SOT 5. So it is doable. A win with only the Conjurer book. It's probably extremely painful, and I probably wouldn't recommend it just to win with only the Conjurer book, but it is doable. That character had like over 4,000 casts of Mystic Blast. Let me find the log so you can see. Like, I'm not lying. I did it on stream. I don't know if it went to YouTube, but I did it on stream. Last game, Ninth Settler. Gene Conjurer. Log. Playing Punk with monsters. Playing Punk with a Norval Fire. Yeah, this is the one. 10 runes? Oh, I must have shied away from Hot Hells. Okay, Mystic Blast. Is it IMB? It must be IMB. No? Okay, in that case, I don't know. Let's see. Iskradun's Mystic. Oh, that one had only 1,091 casts of Mystic Blast. But if I do it again, my first Gene Conjurer did get 4,000 casts of Mystic Blast, I'm pretty sure. It seems that I have never lost a Gene Conjurer. I have 2 games of Gene Conjurer and all 2 games have been wins. So that's the one. Yeah, the second one that I posted is the one. I'm 100% sure of that. Mystic Blast, here it is. Okay, it doesn't have 4,000. It has 3,694 casts of Mystic Blast. Good spell, good spell. Would recommend it. If you have not tried it, I would incentivize you to give it a try. Jin Conjurer specifically, you get unlimited Mystic Blasts pretty much. You can cast it like 10 times per fight, and you would only be losing 40 HP. As long as you're not fighting monsters that are like ranged monsters or monsters with spells, that's gonna kill those monsters very easily. Having Blink is nice to get away from the net. This character could get Mystic Blast. I'm probably not gonna get it, but I could get it. I could also get Fireball, and Fireball would probably be pretty good for this place. Yeah, I kind of want to learn Fireball just for this place and Amnesiate later, maybe. Wow, I don't show this at 5%. I mean, I'm not gonna get that. I'm gonna get Orb of Destruction. Yeah, it's in a Book of the Spheres that I can buy. The developers have consistently changed the game to human fire elementalists of Sifmuna to counter the strategies that you come up with. Yeah, the thing that happens is that many of your strategies are kind of like tedious optimal gameplay, so they don't like that. They like you to press O and then to encounter a situation and then to use things to win the situation. They don't want you to like set up for a situation more often than not. I guess it's okay for you to set up against uniques and that kind of thing, but setting up against every monster that you find is something that it seems to me that they don't want you to do. Yeah, also many of the things that I like to do, or that I have liked to do across versions, have gotten nerfed. Like for example, doing slime with Torment Immolation. I used to do that every time in 0.26, and then rock slimes were introduced, and now you can still do it, but it will probably kill you if you cannot survive the rock slimes, and the rock slimes are kind of hard to survive. Okay, I think this character feels incredibly powerful. I have to say that right now. It feels incredibly powerful because I have good damage output, good, very consistent damage output, and I also have HP as well. And well, right now I don't have the Hall of the Alchemist on, but when I have it on, I have all the resistances that I need to win the game. Like I don't need anything else after that point. Except maybe for willpower, but only maybe, probably not. I think I can drop the stones now. Maybe I could put on the Ring of Flight for this place, but nah, who cares? Okay, we can drop those. We can drop those. Should I learn? Sorry, should I learn Fireball? I'm gonna learn Fireball. In fact, I am going to Quiver Fireball. Because why not? It costs 5 mana, but if I cast it on top of water, like the monsters are gonna almost immediately die. Who needs defenses when you have that much HP? Yeah, between the HP and the resistances, I think this character is gonna be in a pretty good spot later in the game. And it's not like it's gonna remain at 9 armor class. I have one Ogres with very low armor class just off their HP alone. But I can get more with this character. Like with the spell book that I already have, I have a wide variety of mid-level spells. Noxious Bog, I have Irradiate, I have Fireball, I have Freezing Cloud. I could get Iron Shot, Zombie Hands, I could get Orb of Destruction. Like I have all the damage output that I need to win the game already. Like I have all of it. I also have the resistances. So now it's a matter of how high or how heavy armor can I go, how heavy Tower Shield can I go, while still being able to cast those things. I'll need to find anything else. Though, to be completely fair, I wouldn't complain if the game threw refrigeration at me. Yeah, if I got refrigeration, I would probably use it, but I don't think I have it. Other high-level spells that are built around like Manifold Assault, I don't want to do it. It's already like I feel like the ship has already set sail for a couple of those spells. Mm. Now, if I had found Manifold Assault and Dragon Form on D1, I think I would have gone for it. Do you remember the... It was an Octopode that I played, right? Yeah, do you remember the Octopode? Because that's what I did with the Octopode. I got those spells very early into the game and I just like went ahead and used them. And they performed extremely well. Okay, so there's advantages and disadvantages to Quivering Fireball. The advantage is that I am killing things and that it kills pretty much everything that I have to fight here. The disadvantage is that, as you can see, I'm literally fighting the entirety of the floor because it makes so much noise. At least the game does give me a chance to rest a bit before continuing. I should disable the auto pickup of large rocks. Large rocks. Yep, not gonna be using those anymore. Same goes for stones. Do you know that it used to be that ogres with sandblast could wield large rocks for more damage? Yeah, it used to be the case. Now of course they cannot do that anymore. But they used to be able to wield large rocks for 50% more damage. Oh, you could also throw large rocks and destroy them for a bunch of small rocks. I remember doing that at least once because, as I mentioned before, not on this stream, but I've mentioned it multiple times. My first ever one character was a Deep Dwarf Earth Elementalist, and then my first 15 rune win after that was also Deep Dwarf Earth Elementalist. Yep. I have a lot of experience with very retro Deep Dwarf Earth Elementalist. Pretty much all that I played in the first couple of versions of the game, because it was pretty much all that I had success with in the first couple of versions of the game. I did play other things before I won with Deep Dwarf Earth Elementalist. We got 6 pips of piety. I kind of want to re-teleport here. Yep. Maybe I shouldn't teleport in Shoals 4. I'm gonna make a run for this. Maybe I'm gonna read a preemptive fear, which doesn't fear the one thing that I wanted to fear, the Javelineer. Alright, I have no mutation, so the silver jabs are not gonna explode me. 18. 28. Go here and go upstairs will probably kill me. Oh man. This is not going very well. I think I have the chance to read another fear. I'm gonna do it. Okay, now we fear the Javelineer. Jump away, Fireball. Fireball. There we go. Easy peasy. As easy as that. I hope that I find the new ultra late game Bargy in this game. Yeah, you know that that unique should drop over enchanted throw letter. Like it should be like +7 or something. I would be very happy with over enchanted throw letter. Maybe I shouldn't have blinked. Yeah, blinking was probably a mistake here. Okay, I'm gonna read my last fear, and we're gonna approach this in a different way, because this whole quivering fireball thingy is not going well. It seems like there's no way for me to target this without hitting myself. I'll do it. How much damage is it before I do it? How much damage is it? Fireball. 3 dice of 22. You know, fair enough. I can tank it. You take 24, and I kill the Siren. Get rid of that. Jara's Violent Unraveling. 44. Nice. Big damage from the Satyr. How much damage does it deal? Okay, fair enough. It does deal a ton of damage. Heal Wounds? Heal Wounds doesn't work. I actually lost HP there, which is a pretty bad thing. Yep, I am going to stop casting Fireball in this place. It makes too much noise and attracts too many monsters from too many sides of the screen, so I just get hit while I am killing things. It's fine if monsters are only coming from one direction, but since this is an open place that is just full of monsters, monsters come um, from over here and from over here and from over here and from over here. You know, it's not very good. Anyway, we should not read Immolation. We should not press going upstairs because that kills me. And the Satyr deals too much damage. My shield hasn't really been doing anything. How much of a chance it has to hit me? Just like out of curiosity. 63%. You know what? Fair enough. Um, there's a hatch over there that I could blink into. Who else has projectiles? Boomerangs and boomerangs. I think that guy sees me. Yeah, that guy definitely sees me. Okay, so how do we survive this? The Satyr probably has too much willpower for fear to work. It doesn't, surprisingly. I don't have fear anymore. Okay. Yeah, hello, Shadow Rider. This is a very powerful character, but I'm trying not to die. And I'm probably gonna unquiver Fireball, because that's getting me killed. Is why you adopt a mapping strategy to map the edge of the levels first. Do you not press Auto Explore? Because that's also something else that the development of Crawl has kind of tried to shy away from. People not pressing Auto Explore. 1 HP. I lived. Fogum? You rarely press Auto Explore. Oh, that's weird. Haste. Heal wounds. No, Ambrosia. Ambrosia first. Heal wounds. Heal wounds. Curing. Curing. And we are back. We're back. Yeah, 1 HP. Got very lucky there. I feel like I got somewhat unlucky with the monster generation, but it's kind of my fault because it's Shoals 4. Shoals 4 is like that all the time. It's a very nasty level. Back at full HP and with a respectable amount of, or back at full mana with a respectable amount of HP to go alongside it. So what we can do is also drink a potion of 3 and drink Attraction. Now we have a Javelineer with silver jabs next to us, which doesn't do anything. 7 damage, that's fine. No. Kind of a bad spot, but yeah, I think I would rather just take the fight. What are the options to get more armor? Statue form or like actually wearing armor, which I have some armors available. I think I have swamp scales in the floor from Maggie, and I didn't put them on because I had throw letter. I might use them, but the thing is that I get poison resistance from the hat of the alchemist, so at least from that angle, I don't need those. I don't need the swamp dragon scales. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. It depends. It can go. I can go for statue form, and I can wait as well. Fortunately, being an ogre, having gargantuan amounts of HP gives me the luxury of being able to wait until much later in the game. So I see like all the options, and I like make a more informed decision on what I want to use with this character. I'm gonna go for Irradiate. It doesn't contaminate me. I wonder if if the contamination that it gives you scales with spell power, like more spell power, less contamination. If it is like that, it's kind of cool. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Quivering Fireball is actually like playing Caslal in disguise. So today we learned a very valuable lesson that Quivering Fireball is like playing Caslal. You probably shouldn't quiver Fireball in general. But if you have to quiver Fireball, if you absolutely have to quiver Fireball, you better have the power to actually follow through. Um, RN Jesus, thank you for following. I appreciate the follow. I hope that you like Crawl because we play a lot of Crawl here. RN Jesus, you know what? I just realized, yeah, RN Jesus. Um, Okay, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You just miss me surviving with 1 HP in a situation that probably should have killed me, but now I'm fine. You used to play this game a few years ago. As I always say to people who tell me that, you should give it another try. The game is very, very different now. Do I have in my title that I have over 3,000 hours in Crawl? Because I should put it in my title again. I had it during the tournament, but I probably removed it. Let's take a look. Hold on. Hold on just a second. Okay, I don't have it. Let me put it. Before starting stream, I was watching Barbarous King play Gears of War. I'm not too much of a fan of shooters or anything, but I like the single player of shooting games. I enjoy the single player of shooting games, and I enjoyed very much the single player of Gears of War when I was younger. Um, Yeah, I never got to play Gears of War 3 or 2. Yeah, I played 2, but I didn't play it as much as I played 1. And eventually, like, I just stopped using my Xbox 360. Also, I don't have a good way to like use it now because I don't own TVs anymore, only my computer monitors. Maybe your channel will inspire me to pick it up again. Hey, I hope that it does. Um, 0.22? That's like 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a while since 0.22. I was on a break at that time. I only properly came back to crawl around 0.24 or 0.25. Yep. Yeah, 0.24 because I've been streaming for 2 years and it's like two versions every year or so. So 0.24. Yep. Good times. Good times. Anyway, if you want to see about crawl, I have literally hundreds of hours of crawl on YouTube. Yeah, I appreciate the follow, of course, and I think I generally incentivize my viewers on YouTube to watch on Twitch because you get to interact with me and like ask questions. Sometimes request characters when I feel like playing a character that is requested by chat. That kind of thing. Yep, you just cannot get that level of interaction through YouTube. There's the comments on YouTube and stuff, but it's not the same. You should play on Octopod right now. Yeah, when that I mentioned like when I feel like it. Today I felt like playing a really strong character to start the new version. Um, properly with a win. And so far, it's been going pretty well. Even the RNG is on my favor, preventing me from dying, keeping me alive at 1 HP. Yep. In that situation, I definitely could have died. I'm glad that I didn't because this character is very powerful. It's powerful enough to like not die to that kind of thing, and that was just like user error. The fact that I got put in that situation in the first place. Um, Okay, I like this character. Lightning Rod, but I already have one. And you cast Fireball, and immediately monsters appear in the other side of the screen. It's just what it is when you are using Fireball. So the game tells you when you go in here that this branch makes a lot of noise naturally. But Sparble is still loud enough to overcome that, so kind of dangerous thing to use in shoals, despite the fact that it creates a lot of steam. It does kill the Merfolk pretty fast, thanks to the fire damage plus the steam. How much damage does it do? I think it was 3 dice of 22. Yeah, 3 dice of 22. It's okay. It's not my favorite spell for dealing damage, but it is certainly okay. You know what I should probably do? Walk over here and cast Noxious Bog. First cast of Noxious Bog this game. This is a level 6 poison transmutation spell that turns a bunch of tiles on the floor into Noxious Bog, which deals a ton of poison damage, extremely poisoning monsters from no poison in like a single turn, and even poisoning poison-resistant monsters, but only dealing damage to poison-immune monsters. It is also it is like a pretty good spell. It unfortunately doesn't hit monsters that are flyers. Like if the monster is flying, the monster is immune to Noxious Bog. That's like its one main weakness. It also doesn't work well in close quarters, such as here. The game does highlight the tiles that would get hit by it. Yeah, you can see it in tiles. I can barely notice it in tiles, but it is there. In console, it is much more obvious, visibly obvious. I think you can also use it to replace the stairs, but I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna try it when I get out of here. And while it is active, you're immune to it. It's pretty good. You were saying RNGesus should play an Octopod? Oh, I see. Yeah, you should play an Octopod. I understood it as right now you should play an Octopod. That's how that read to me. Always good to clarify that kind of thing. That's your bad? No, don't worry about it. Glowing fire scales. We could use those. I have 3 pips of cold resistance. However, they are exactly the same as fire scales that I already got. This character is so loaded, dude. I am glad that the game just gave me a treasure trove. It's like someone enabled the depth tools on this character. Okay, I have my rune, and I hate spiders, so we're gonna do bolts. Bolts kinda also dies to Noxious Bog, because the vast majority of the monsters there are not immune to poison and don't fly, so check this out. Yep. Warlord Band camping the entrance to this place. But nothing to fear, thanks to the fact that my character has very powerful damage output, very incredible damage output, and very good HP as well. That went very well. All right. So I maybe should try a tower shield. I have a tower shield just outside of here. I'm gonna put it on. Okay, let's see what we got here. 2% Noxious Bog, 1% everything else. That's the magic of Behemoth. Behemoth just makes it very easy for me to put on a tower shield, have 16 shield, and only lose 1% of my highest level spell. I love Behemoth. Behemoth is so good. Let's turn on shields. Let's turn on shields. Let's train it to like 15 or so. And after that, we're gonna be training a lot of fighting. By a lot of fighting, I mean probably 27. No need to set a stop or anything. What's my favorite melee start? Ooh, it's complicated. It depends on how you define melee start, but I don't think any melee start has like the possibility to be my favorite because I don't like melee in this game. I think it is very inconsistent. But if I had to pick one, I would probably say Cinder Acolyte. It's not quite melee, but it does start like with a melee weapon, you know? I like it because you also start with Scorch, so you can stop being a melee character very fast. You get to experience level 2, and you just get to use a Scorch for the rest of the game, pretty much. Well, when I say for the rest of the game, I mean until it is reasonable to stop using it. Or use it for as long as it's reasonable to use it. How about favorite book start? Oh, that's a much more interesting question to ask me because I think book starts are legit good. I would recommend you, or my favorite book start, you say, it's gonna be probably something along the lines of Ogre Ice Elementalist. Um, yeah, it's probably Ogre Ice Elementalist. Behemoth offers you knowledge of Orb of Destruction. Well, I am going to get that. I just need to find some amnesia. Probably gonna forget about Fireball. Fireball was rather underwhelming. I felt betrayed by Fireball. It almost got me killed. Goodbye, Fireball. Yep, we are absolutely getting Orb of Destruction. I mentioned it directly when I was talking about like my future endgame options with this character. So now we don't need to get Iron Shot, we don't need to get Zombie Hands, and like this thing kills Orbs of Fire, so we can just go with that. Um, I like this character. Now all that I need is like defenses. Well, I'll try in conjurations to like 15 or so. That's enough to cast Orb of Destruction with Behemoth and with 39 intelligence, of course. Okay, back to bolts we go. I shouldn't. Not yet. Oh, the Warden has poison resistance. Yep. Poison resistance monsters are my enemies. But at least I have Noxious Bog, and so it gets equally dumpstered anyway. Oh, another guy with poison resistance, incredible. So many of them. There we go. I feel like I haven't really been noticing the Yoghtars dealing less damage, but probably this character is not a good character to be checking for that kind of thing, because after all, this character has 6 armor class and 7 evasion. It's kind of hard for this character to be tanking or to like see to say, hey, they're dealing like very little damage. No, like they are gonna deal a lot of damage, but what happens is that I have the armor, the HP to survive even taking a lot of damage. So RNGesus, if you're still here, this version that I'm playing is like is strong. So like changes are made to the game almost on a daily basis, and it's just the start of a new development cycle. 0.29. The 0.28 tournament finished very shortly after this stream, or before this stream. Like it finished a couple of days ago. So yeah, and in this version, there's no more ammunition. Arbalists seem unchanged. Base damage 18, base attack delay 1.8. They got buffed? Arbalists got buffed? Am I seeing this right? Arbalists got buffed? I mean, heavy armor slows attacks with this, but Arbalists got buffed? They probably got buffed because their minimum attack delay is 1.0. Huh, interesting. I really need to try new launchers. Hello, Shaper. Good to see you around. Thank you for stopping by. Apparently, Arbalest got buffed. And I'm playing a very powerful character. Just before you arrived, I was in Shoals and I survived a sketchy situation with 1 HP. 1 HP and I lived. Shouts to having 2 pips of regen, or 2 regen per turn. Was very good. This character is doing kind of a bit of everything. I have Behemoth, and Behemoth allows me to use a lot of funny spells. So I am using a lot of funny spells. Irradiate and Poisonous Vapors and Noxious Bog and Ignite Poison and I was using Stun Arrow a lot more before, but now I'm not using it anymore. I only just got Orb of Destruction, and I'll be casting that in the future. But yeah, the toolkit that I have with this character makes it so that I have like no issues killing whatever the game throws at me. No matter the resistances of the monster, I have something to deal with it, and I also have the HP to deal with the monsters. I have the combination of damage and HP to deal with the monsters. Yep, that's right. Because I for sure am no tank, but I have enough HP to kill everything. Okay, I am gonna leave you outside. Thunderhawk. I also have the Hat of the Alchemist. You should have seen the trove that I got earlier, Shaper. It was crazy good. It was an incredible trove. It was on D10. It asked me to give away all my piety. I had 2 pips of piety with Behemoth, so it was like a no-brainer to do it. And I got the Hat of the Alchemist, and I got like some really good things. I got the Hat of the Alchemist. I got I think I got that Cloak of Willpower. No, that one I got it from Crazy Youth. I got that Cloak of Resistance to Electricity and Resistance to Corrosion. Hold on, let's see. D10. D10. I got Fire Scales, Ice Scales, and all those Randart cloaks and that robe and that tower shield. Yeah, I got a lot of things from doing that. I don't think I want to use the Cloak of the Thief with this character, nor the Cloak of Starlight. I'm very happy with my Cloak of Willpower. Definitely the Cloak of Death Resistance. What is this? No idea. Oh, that guy is recalling. Hold on. I don't want you to recall. Stop that. You're gonna get someone killed. I have 1 attraction. This game is not abundant on attraction, but it's fine. LRD. LRD is extremely appealing to this character because it's easy for me to get LRD, and it is actually like a really strong thing for me to have, especially in this place, in this part of the game against constructs. I'm gonna buy that book because I also don't have anything that I would like to buy in a shop. Oh, Haunt is nice, but no. Ogre HP is so good. Yeah, I decided that I wanted to start the new version with something that made me happy, so I started an Ogre. Maybe the next tournament I should play only Ogres. Maybe I should have an account that is only Ogres. Maybe it could even be called only Ogres. So, I just picked up LRD, but I don't have the spell levels to learn it. I would either have to get half a level of spellcasting or Amnesia something. What would I Amnesia? Probably Stone Arrow, because I haven't cast it in a while. I feel like I have better options now. Yeah, probably Stone Arrow or Inner Flame. Have you used Infestation much? Not quite. LRD sounds like another Fireball situation. I would only get LRD for very specific situations. Like, I want to get it because it's a very powerful spell against constructs. So, War Gargoyles, Peacekeepers, and Crystal Guardians, or Crystal Golems, whatever they're called. Those 3 things, they generate in this place, and they're super dangerous, and they are vulnerable to LRD. So I can directly target them with LRD, and they die in like 2 casts, no matter where they are on the screen. It's not a spell to put on the quiver, definitely, because it makes a ton of noise, as you know. But I feel like it's a nice addition to my spell set. So let's go find Amnesia. Have you tried new launchers yet, Shaper? Or anyone? Has anyone here tried new launchers? I should have started a Hunter. Yeah. Aster, if you're still here, you should have told me. You should have reminded me of the launcher changes, and I would have 100% started a Hunter. I just didn't want to do it because my last games in the tournament were Hunters. So I was like a bit fed up with Hunter, but it's probably a completely different experience now that they have unlimited ammunition. I want to check that out. I really do. So, as I said, we're gonna forget about Inner Flame. And we are not gonna learn Iron Shot. We're gonna learn LRD. Okay, now that I have LRD, it is at 3% chance to miscast with very low spell power because I have 6 Earth Magic. Let's make that 10. Fun to run around the early game not having to worry about ammunition. You did LOL Sprig and Arcane Marksman. You got basically one shot by Jorgrun. Ouch. It was really fun before that. Sounds like you got Iron Shot. Oh no, Jorgrun has LRD, right? Like, yeah, there's no dodging that. Then ditching later on. Do you think it's an early game thing now to pick up a launcher and use a launcher until you have armor? That sounds interesting. I mean, it definitely replaces a playstyle, which was the just going for the launcher and using that for the entirety of the game. But it may be okay to just like replace that. Who knows? I'm gonna have to give it a try to make a more, precise judgment on that, or a more informed judgment on that. Let's go do more of bolts, and let me take a sip of water because I poured myself some water when I started the stream 3 hours and a half ago, and I have barely drank any water. What's the this is the ignite poison button, yeah. I had forgotten it. I have settings in my RC file that make it so that I don't, so that the spells are sometimes in the same spot. Well, not sometimes. Some spells are always in the same key, but I kinda tend to forget about the key because after setting that up, I just go from by muscle memory. So I was struggling to remember which key was the key for ignite poison. Ouch. What happened there? I mean, I've been getting hit by slime creatures, but what else has happened? I'm next to a large slime creature that can hit me for 44. It could get a double turn and kill me. What if we blink away? It's fine. Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have taken that fight the way I took it. That was my mistake. Maybe I should have gone into the room. Yeah, that was probably the better choice for my character. It's fine because I have already fully cleared this. Yeah, I have already fully cleared this, so I can just go over here. And in fact, I can just sit here and wait. And because I have so much regen, I can just, I'm fine. That Frost Giant reminded me of my Lord of Darkness 3 failed attempt. We saw a lot of giants in that run. It was funny. Stronger early and not as awesome late. It's fine. It's fine. I like it. In fact, it seems to me that crossbows got a gargantuan buff later in the game. At least Arbalests take less skill to train to min delay now. So that's pretty good. Big fan of that. Yep. It seems to me that training for Arbalests is gonna be less painful now. Or not training, but using Arbalests is gonna be less painful now. Okay, Firestorm, Clyde, and Polar Vortex. Oh man, I probably shouldn't get either of those. Like, I probably should not get any of those. That's what I meant. So the vampire flies, right? I'm pretty sure vampires fly. It's probably also immune to poison. Yeah. Even if it didn't fly, it would be annoying to deal with Noxious Bog. Not to say impossible. Level 9 Poggies. Yeah, we got 3 level 9s. That doesn't happen very frequently. But yeah, I'm not gonna get them. This is gonna be like a mid-level spell specialist. It drank invisibility? Doesn't it have invisibility? Why did it drink a potion of invisibility if it has invisibility? You like the ASCII mode that is on the side? Did that add feature to the main build, or is that a custom config file you made? Exclamation mark console. Yep, that clip explains it. I'm glad that someone asked me to make that command and that clip. It's been somewhat helpful. I've used it a couple of times already. Okay. We can... Oh, man. Don't convoke. Oh, it convoked. It's fine. Thank you, no problem. Yeah, that seems to be a common question among people who watch me. The other day I saw someone on Reddit that was asking how to do this. Yeah, if that person had asked, I would have just answered. But it's fine. It's okay if you only want to lurk. I still appreciate that you like my stream. Always nice to see people liking the stream. Bog is so good. Sorry to ask repeat question. Don't worry about it. Like, of course you're not gonna know. You just arrived to the stream today. Yeah, I have no issues with that. Like, absolutely zero issues with that. You can ask the repeat question, and I will be glad to repeat answer. I don't like this situation very much. It looks kind of sketchy. At least only one of those guys has a launcher, it seems. Only the Yoctor captain. So I'm gonna try to kill it first. But yeah, fighting in an open area, like you saw how much damage the Yoctor captain dealt. 27, 28, 46. Unlucky rolls. Well, I guess unlucky roll, the final one. The final one actually dealt big damage. If I had a scroll Fogu, this would be the perfect time to use it. I don't have it. I'm gonna use fear, and I'm gonna run for my life. Yeah, in order to kill these guys, yeah, all that I need is a corner. Now I can kill them easily. There we go, as easy as that. Ring of +6 intelligence. Well, I have a ring of +7 intelligence already. And my other ring gives me the mana that my amulet takes away from me. Dude, look at the amulet. The amulet is so good. Some of you may not have been here when I got this thing. I did elf before doing shows, by the way, because I got the Hat of the Alchemist and Freezing Vapor and Poisonous Vapors and Ignite Poison. I just went for it, and it went really well. I got barely into any situations that were scary. The only situations that I got into that were bad were when I was fighting 2 Blade Masters and 1 Master Archer at the same time. That was bad. But apart from that, everything else was easy. Yeah, it's an amazing thing to have. And here's the reason why I got LRD. I got it precisely to deal with these guys. The Peacekeepers, the War Gargoyles, and the Crystal Guardians. It also is kind of nice for dealing with monsters in general in this place because it deals more damage if you use it on metal, and it deals even more damage than that if you use it on crystal, and alongside making a bigger explosion. We are going to read magic mapping. And there you go, that's the Wizlav. I only have to get to that room, which is very close to here. These are probably the best possible set of stairs for that room. And look at that, a door bolt. A strange structure made out of doors. It's not a huge rune gate, it's a strange structure made out of doors. Yeah, I'm excited to see the Wizlav. I hope that it's not the Hellbinder. Hellbinder is impossible, I think. The vast majority of characters have no chance of dealing with Hellions and Tormentors at this stage of the game. So the way that those clouds work is that they disappear if you stop seeing them, right? So it's easy to just close the door and reopen the door to break line of sight for a turn and make them disappear like that instead of having to wait them out. Okay. I do think that I would like to have some melee right around now. By the way, is the flashing of the screen when I cast Ignite Poison, do you get that on tile? Do you get that on tiles? Maybe you don't get it on tiles. Yeah, maybe you don't get it on tiles. In console, I don't mind the flashing on the screens in console. Like it's not that impactful. But in tiles, I assume that it gets super annoying. Like when I have a run with refrigeration, it's probably awful. But like if you think it is annoying, let me know and I can get rid of it. It's probably not as annoying with Ignite Poison. I already like took a look at it when I just cast it, and it doesn't look so terrible. Yeah, refrigeration is more annoying because it's more bright. Uh-huh. I could see people having issues with refrigeration. Okay, let's get rid of these things. I guess also the Demon Trident for now. Let's get rid of Flame. That can go away and never be picked up again for this run. Same goes for Poly. In reality, like all the Hex ones can go away. Gonna keep around Paralysis. But the Hex ones in general can go away. If I have to train for a weapon, I'm probably gonna be training for that Demon Trident. However, if I do, I have to take off that ring of 7 intelligence because it gives me -6 slaying. It's not the first time that I play a spellcaster wearing a ring that gives it a heavy amount of negative slaying. But I don't know if I can get away with doing that with an Ogre. Anyway, let's go in and let's see what we have here. Lehudiv's Moon Base. Okay. Okay, this has the Moon Troll, which is guaranteed to drop the Moon Troll letter armor if it hasn't generated in your game. This is kind of like the Abyss. It is reminiscent of the Abyss, but it is... Oh, it's Crystal. Hold on. I didn't know it was Crystal. Huh. Nice. Oh, that's Crystal. Okay. Alright. This is a stone, and that's Crystal. Yeah, in console it's not visibly obvious that it's Crystal, because it's not green. Moon Troll Leather Armor is amazing, especially because I'm wearing Troll Leather Armor. So that's just like a straight upgrade over what I have. And it will make it so that I can go for statue form as my armor source. Yeah. Something that I like about Crawl is building your character, like making use of the resources that the game gives you, not only on offense but also on defense, to build a character that is able to survive the game. Yeah, I like that about this game. I feel like that's something that Rift Wizard could definitely do better. Because in Rift Wizard, as I have mentioned in the past, it is very easy for you to get the run that you want pretty much all the time. The only variations that exist are shrines. So yeah, getting a shrine that you want in Rift Wizard is like very hard. But you also don't need a shrine to have a consistent build. So if you have never played Rift Wizard, a shrine is a thing that you can put on a spell in Rift Wizard to give it an effect that it doesn't normally have. It's a very interesting mechanic. So one of my viewers, Mike, has a mod for Rift Wizard that kind of turns it into roguelike mode. You start with a certain amount of spells, and every level up you get one more spell and one more skill. And you can get skills in Rift Wizard to make your character into a more powerful character. Yep, the skills also add a lot of crazy things that you can do with your spells. There's some very creative builds that don't just involve dealing damage. I'm not very good at Rift Wizard. I don't have as much experience in that game as I do in Crawl. But I find it very funny, regardless. Okay, how much armor class do these guys have? They have enough for LRD to not be that good. Just gonna irradiate them instead. That's probably better. Uh-huh. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. That amulet that I have is incredible. Yeah, it's like almost impossible for me to find something better than this. 10 intelligence, regen, mana regen, 3 pips of cold resistance, and the only cost to pay for that is -9 mana. Who cares about the -9 mana? Especially if I have a ring of mana equipped anyway. I could take it off and it would still not be too much of an issue because of the mana regen. So I have gone into this vault before and it has given me trouble, but it's not gonna give me trouble with this character. It's very obvious that it's not giving me trouble. When it comes to these guys, I have a 0% chance to get confused by them. Oh, I have yellow contamination. Maybe don't give myself yellow contamination. Probably gonna drink cancellation. I have 8 mutation. I can roll with it. Teleportitis. Okay. Let's see what we get. Hold on. Take this off. Drink potion of mutation. Okay, that's bad. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. A robust Ogre. Because in case I didn't already have enough HP, robust Ogre. Oh, -10 mana is kind of annoying. It's only mildly annoying. I'll roll with it because robust. Robust is incredible. The other one is mildly annoying at best. And I can always get more spellcasting skill to get rid of that, right? But ideally I wouldn't give myself more bad mutations. LRD is doing exactly what I got it for. Getting rid of Crystal Guardians super easily. I got it for that specific purpose. Intelligent Troll, glowing with mysterious power from beyond this world. 99 HP and a ton of armor class. Yeah, it's kind of like a deep troll, right? With corrosive bolt. Oh no, it's not a deep troll. It is an iron troll. It is a fast, reskinned iron troll. Also, the tile looks kind of cool. I think I should be able to deal with it. Oh, but it's behind a transporter, so I don't have to deal with it until later. Blink. Haven't blinked in a while. Blink again. Come on. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. LRD. Lunar statue. What does it do? Profoundly disturbing statue. The tile also looks cool. Whenever I see statues, I imagine them to be like human statues, but that one is definitely not a human statue. Anyway, we can intended to represent some creature or personage or to be completely abstract. It looks completely abstract to me. But anyway, it's like it needs to have Mesmerize, I think. If it had Mesmerize, it would be more interesting. As it is right now, I can just LRD it. And yep, getting a lot of value out of LRD. That's not a good ring. That's a ring for the opposite of my character. Yeah, any character that wants that ring doesn't want the other ring that I'm using, and vice versa. So we're not using that, obviously. Enchant armor, give me that. I'm full mana, so let's go and kill that moon troll. Is this crystal? Hey, it is crystal, nice. We can use it to kill the cacodemon. And all those ugly things. Okay, intelligence. Because why would we get something else with such a powerful spellcaster? I think this character might go to YouTube. It's getting kind of late, but I think I can finish tonight. No, I cannot finish tonight. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I still have a lot of the game to go. I definitely cannot finish this character tonight. Probably gonna finish bolts, and after that, that's gonna be it for the night. Give me your Moontroll letter armor. We can drop these. Also, I got these gold scales in Elf 3, but I don't want to use them because they're gold scales. They're too heavy for me. I wouldn't be able to be a spellcaster. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It gives me even resistance to negative. Like that's the kind of gold scales that you find on Lord of Darkness 3 runs, and it's like almost free for you to do the run if you find them. I say almost free, but it's not free. It's not 100% free. I hope that there was nothing in there because I'm not going back for that. You've been finding artifact gold scales? Yeah. I had a run in the tournament where I found gold scales, like early gold scales in a shop. It was a dragon slaying shop. Pretty cool. Okay, I feel like I don't need to pick up a couple of these things, or like the vast majority of these things. Maybe it is because it's a pretty cool thing that I would like to win the game with. But that's it. I don't know if I'm gonna be getting a weapon. After all, I have that ring of -6 slaying. Yeah. Moontroller armor is insane. It's an on-run dart. If it generates in your game, it will always generate looking like this. I don't like the fact that it has Guardian Spirit. That kind of sucks. But it's double regen and 5 mana. The fact that I found this makes it so that my character is much more incentivized to get statue form now. Let's see what I would melt with statue form. We would melt the Moontroll letter. And that's it. Literally, that's it. I don't melt the cloak, and I don't melt the hat, and I don't have gloves or boots because I'm an ogre. So I get rid of the Guardian Spirit, and I also lose the regen, to be completely fair. I also lose the regen, but I gain significant defenses from that, right? So it's pretty good. And when I get hurt, thank you for the gifts of Shaper. I appreciate it quite a bit. Wow, 39 overall. That's crazy. So much support. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, it starts stacking off pretty fast. Thank you. Like, Shaper carries the stream if you think about it. But anyway, I get hurt in statue form, and so I on statue form, and then I have the regen. So that's why I like to wear troll letter armor on my transmuters. I can be in the form to fight, and then once I'm done with the fight, I can on form to have regen. It's really nice. Yeah, this character can definitely get away with doing something like that. You think of it like a tip for good entertainment? Yeah, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Wow, I got super corroded by the Entropy Weaver. Imagine if I was a melee character, I would have exploded there. So close to all pips of resistances. Yeah, I only need 1 pip of fire resistance, 1 pip of resistance to negative, and 1 pip of willpower, and I would have full resistances and 12 armor class. Oh, I got a fair amount of armor class from putting on the Moontroll letter, so that's pretty nice. I also got a bit of extra mana, so that's also pretty neat. 2.89 regen. Yeah, like Jiva levels of regen almost. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Pretty good regen. Don't like the loss of mana, however. But I do have Behemoth, and I also have an Amulet of Mana regen, so it's okay. Elf Band randomly. I like the fact that elf bands sometimes spawn outside of elf in depths or in this place. Definitely pretty interesting. I feel like there's a lot of monsters that are pretty cool and don't get used enough. As a part of the new early game uniques, there's also an Iron Brand Thunderhawk that casts Call Down Lightning. early in the game. I didn't find any of the early game uniques this time around. Well, I found Maggie, if you count Maggie as an early game unique, but not the new ones. That's what I meant. What is that? Scale mail. I'm gonna step on it. Aha. You know what? I really like the fact that you can step on items to identify them, because I used to actually use the scrolls of identify on loot that I couldn't use when I am an ogre, just to see what I missed. And now I don't have to use the scrolls of identify on that anymore. Yeah, I like the state of I like the current state of the mutation minigame, or the identification minigame. Okay. I try to irradiate, it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna cast a freezing cloud here because I have incredible resistance to cold and it doesn't matter. Okay, easy peasy. So I have no idea why it took me so little time to win characters in the tournament. I don't know, like I don't feel like I'm playing noticeably slower or anything. Maybe I am. Yeah, the game says 3 hours and a half. And the game doesn't lie. I've been playing for the vast majority of those 3 hours and a half. So this thing says base damage 14. Currently only slightly by the Moontroller armor. I really am looking forward to giving new launchers a try. No more getting destroyed by the game not throwing bolts at you. Dude, do you remember that run? Like, I was at 80 bolts for so long in that run. In the late game too, it was so bad. It was really bad. Used to be 15? It used to be 15. I can confirm that. If you go even further back in time, it used to be 17. Both were really powerful back then. So this time when I discovered the door vault, I got the message that I like to get when I see door vault, the one where it says found a strange structure made out of doors. Yeah, it must have been too far in the back. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's go downstairs. Final level of the bolts and final level of the stream. While I do this, let me take the chance to tell you that if you enjoyed the stream, you should consider following. If you're not already following, and if you are, well, you can consider subscribing. You don't have to, and I understand if you can't or just don't want to, but it does help me. I was talking about it today, but there's some stream setup upgrades that I want to make, and you know, contributions help me. They go towards improving the stream more often than not. In one way or another, they improve the stream. So yeah, they're helpful. They're helpful. Regardless of that, I find it crazy. Like when I started streaming, I didn't think that I was gonna go for 2 years. So I'm very grateful for the fact that I was able to get this far. And I've been very happy with how the stream has developed in the last couple of months. Yeah, I feel like since December the stream has gotten much better. That coincides with the fact that I started like putting dedicated videos on YouTube. It's funny because I decided to make that video as a bonus for not being able to stream one day when I went to visit a friend, but it got big. Well, it got big for a crawl video, you know. Like it was my first video ever to hit 3-digit views. And still to this day, the only videos that I have on my YouTube that have more than 3-digit views or more than 2-digit views are those ones, like the tier lists. So very clearly they work, and probably I should be making more. Okay. Freezing Vapor is a good spell. It's not a spell that I get to use very often because it's very expensive to get. But this character just had the perfect combination of Behemoth and the skills being high enough for me to be able to use it. I guess also 41 intelligence helps a bit with that. Orb of Destruction is already at 2%. So we're gonna be able to Orb of Destruction some monsters. And yeah, it just deals incredible damage. It's a really, really funny spell. Background tier list when I want to make it. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, I want to make the background tier list, and after that, like I could keep making tier lists, but just like every tier one spell, every level one spell, and every level two spell, and that kind of thing. But that's a lot of spam. I feel like instead of doing that, I would just pick a couple of spells and I would talk about them instead of making a tier list. The thing is that while I have the knowledge and like I have the idea for the video, I don't have a video, you know? I have a podcast. So I don't, that's what's been preventing me from making YouTube content. The fact that I don't know what to put on the background. When I upload the streams, well, it is just like the stream feed. So like I have the video and that works for me. But when it comes to directly making something for YouTube, it's kind of like I don't know if I can get away with just expectating someone, or rather, I feel like I shouldn't. I've been thinking about recording myself while I go out and walk, so I get to kill multiple birds with one stone. I get to walk and I get to make content for YouTube, and I get to show you like the scenery here where I live. Yeah, there's like a natural park that I could go and take hikes on. I have been thinking about that, but I don't have a way to record. I would have to buy something along the lines of a GoPro. But probably that is very expensive, so like a cheaper version of that. But yeah, that's just a little bit of what I've been thinking about when it comes to making content, specifically for YouTube. And now when it comes to these guys, well, I feel like I can kill them all. Not with silence. Yeah, I was very briefly thinking about silence with this character, but it turned into a full like committed spellcaster, so we cannot do it. Also, the ghost is not a spellcaster. The ghost is not a spellcaster and is guarded by 4 leeches. I have only 1 holy ward. If I had like 3 or 4 holy wards, I would probably open it and just read all of them immediately because it's 2 Randard rings, so it's likely for them to be good. I think I could kill all of these guys, but I need to fight them 1 versus 1. If they are bunched up together, I cannot kill them. So let's do this. Before I end the stream, let's read teleport, wait a turn, open the door, and run for my life. How did you get here so fast? You're not hasted. Irradiate? Okay. Yeah, now I am going to get rid of all of those guys in a very controlled way. I'm just gonna sit here. Orb of Destruction. What's your chance to hex me? 1%. Still, Crystal Spear hurts, so I would like to not be in the receiving end of that. I don't have See Invisible. I took it off at some point. Oh, I took it off to put on the Heart of the Alchemist. That's what happened. Would like to have that. Hey, the Orb of Destruction hit something. I think there's a Lich alive. Yep. There's absolutely a Lich alive. Not anymore. Well, now there's 1 more. But yeah, this is going extremely well. This strategy of opening the door and immediately, or reading teleport then opening the door, has been working very well for me. I would recommend you to consider giving it a try when you see those nasty ghost bolts with ridiculous setups, such as 2 ancient leeches and 2 normal leeches. The ghost itself is also no slouch. I feel like I'm only able to like stand a chance against this ghost because I have Orb of Destruction. Without it, it would be very difficult for me to deal with the ghost. Yeah, I can also always do that. Now let's see what we got. Intelligence -4 makes me not ever want to use that. This is fine. This is a straight upgrade over something that I already have, so we shall put it on. It's not very good, but we shall put it on. Okay. Globes of Recklessness, resistance to corrosion. Hey, talking about recklessness, I would consider opening this as recklessness. Okay, let's go do... well, I can do depths or I can do spider, so I guess the option is simple. I am going to go do D15. Apparently I never found depths. No, yeah, exclusion door means that I didn't do the depths bolt. Yeah, I think this Stone Giant had a pretty decent chance against me, because I think by this point in the game, was I using only Stone Arrow or was I already using... no, I was already using Poisonous Vapors, Ignite Poison. So I'm gonna save in depths, and I will continue this tomorrow. And I already said what I very frequently say when I end streams, so we are ready to just call it. But this is getting kind of sketchy, you know? I also replaced the stairs with Noxious Bog because it does that. So I guess I have to re-teleport because this is scary. Yeah, better play it safe than die horribly. Oh man, this character is so safe. You cannot sustain any more bugs right now. Okay, I feel like the status effect should go away if you remove all the bug from your line of sight, because the bug only stays for as long as you can see it. That's how it works. Yeah, I'm just gonna like save when there's no monsters. Other than North, what else makes a lot of blood? Inner Flame? Like, if you blow up a monster with Inner Flame, it makes a lot of blood. Mind Burst? Mind Burst also makes a lot of blood. Yeah, blood is a weird thing. Grand Finale, yeah, that's a good one. Grand Finale. I'm gonna drink Cancellation because I have incredible mutations. Oh, when you drink Cancellation, you lose the box status effect. And I'm pretty sure the box status effect makes it so that you are immune to the Noxious Bog yourself. Interesting. Well, that Necromancer was very annoying. I'm starting to realize a bit of a weakness on the build. Well, it's nothing that I didn't already know about, and that is the fact that I cannot tap. And so not tapping makes it so that I am bound by my mana. Like, if I ever run out of mana, we are in serious trouble with this character. And, like, there's very little ways of fixing that. Evocations training could be one of them. Probably should train spellcasting to 15. And after that, I should train a lot of evocations, like to 15 as well. And also fighting. But fighting should be trained to, like, 27. Staves and evocation. Yeah, like if I get the ability to attack with the staff, like that one doesn't care about not having any slaying, right? Because I don't think it needs to deal damage, but to deal. Aha, exactly. Yeah, evocations for the staff of conjuration. That's a good call. That's probably what we are gonna go for. Be a spellcaster without melee, but I actually have melee. Good call. I've done that before. Like, I've also had characters with negative slaying just attack with the staff. And I completely failed to take it into account because, like, I just mentally defaulted to I have negative slaying, I cannot melee, and I will not be able to melee for, like, the entirety of the game. But probably the correct thing to do is indeed to train for it and use it. Okay, please let me rest to full everything, and there we go. We can leave it at that. I'll come back to this character tomorrow. We're gonna leave it like this. I may start too early tomorrow because I kind of feel like playing a lot of Crow. It's funny. It's really funny. I really was not expecting to feel like playing a lot of Crow. But I am feeling like playing a lore crawl. Maybe the game is in a pretty good spot right now. Let's see who is streaming, so we can give them